Hello and welcome to Arbitrary 20 for the 16th episode of the Coming of the Dragon campaign.
Woo!
Yeah, so let's do a quick recap of what happened last time.
5 words. Exploding rune mushrooms. Swim Jerela.
Yeah.
We swam to Jerela.
So if you're wondering why they said a weird word that sounds like umbrella, that is the city that they've been going to, is a place called Jerela. Yeah, so last session, you guys explored a bit of the kind of runic magic that seems to be kind of emerging. You know, definitely you're kind of discovering it. And after doing that for a bit, you guys continued on traveling towards the city of Jerela. You guys know that this is the place where the wardens were founded, which is the kind of okay, if you guys had read the homework, I'm just kidding.
You gave us homework? Oh my god.
you guys had done the homework and done the reading like I asked you to.
Then
So
you know.
Maybe you guys don't know, but your characters would know that this is the place that the wardens were founded. This is also the place that the Wizard Corps has kind of come to call home. Originally, it wasn't where the headquarters was, but their headquarters is now in Jerela, and it is called the Outpost. So they kind of alternate between calling it the Outpost and calling it headquarters. So that may or may not be a retcon because originally I said Outpost. And then, so you guys are headed there. Telindrend, the Gold Dragon, is taking you there so that you guys can deliver the Book of Umanoran to the people, the Wizard Corps, so that they can study it and figure out where his soul remains. Are we good? Do we have any questions, any clarifications?
No.
But yeah. So as we begin, you guys are looking over this hill as the sun crests behind you, illuminating the giant lake in front of you, known as Spirit Lake. You see on the lake this lattice work of this almost spider web of different ships that are connected to each other via rope bridges. Most of them are stationary, however, a lot of them have huge sails that seem to blot out entire sections of the city from your view. The ones that are standing still seem to be kind of flat-topped barges that seem to have buildings built on top of them rather than kind of living in the ship itself. To the north, to kind of, you guys are heading in from kind of like the northeast, so kind of on the right side of the city, you see this massive encampment with a lot of the tents actually being abandoned and seeming to just have been left there, whereas the city kind of directly in front of you is actually lit. However, as the city stretches off into the distance, there are fewer and fewer and fewer kind of lights in windows and people walking around that you can see from far away. So, at this point, the wizards are kind of getting ready to move on, but what would you guys like to do?
I have missed civilization for sure. It's been too long.
Definitely has been.
Have you been here before?
Well, I have, you could say that, yeah. I've actually used to live here for a brief little time.
Oh, why was that?
That's where we ended up.
We.
My family, my clan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Did you like it here?
I mean, it did the trick. It was a nice little second home. So,
Do you have a residence here?
I'm not really sure, to be honest. It's been some odd 20 years since I've been here last. I don't really know.
We should build a home here. In your name.
No.
Well, I mean...
No.
In his name.
No.
Why not?
In my name.
You know it's not going to work out really well if we have a home.
You know, I ran away to get the home.
Yeah, how'd that work out?
I mean, I didn't cause a fucking war, so
Neither did I. My home still got burnt down too. Again.
So you're the bad luck too.
No. I think it's just in the bloodline. I don't want to ruin his home if we set up shop here.
Okay. Okay, so if you set up shop outside, and all of us are also in there, then we'll be fine.
I don't think so. You're
Okay.
still part of the family.
At this point, Telindrend will kind of walk up to you and kind of stand beside you. So as you guys are kind of looking out over the city, he, in his golden robes, bald head, big white fluffy beard, will kind of come up to you as you guys are talking and kind of listen for a second. What do you think of the city?
I think it's great.
No.
Have you been here before?
Maybe once or twice, traveling through.
Before or after the awakening?
Oh, definitely before.
Before. It has most likely changed since you've been here last. We've been asked to speak with the Regent and the Merchant Parliament. Do you know of the rulers of this place?
Do I know of the rulers of this place? Do we know of the rulers?
Prim's not
You've
gonna-
read the world, Anvil.
No,
For sure.
would.
Theo would
Okay.
well, Theo would remember it from before the war.
But
so
does he know it's the same?
you wouldn't know how it is
Leadership-wise?
now.
Okay.
You wouldn't know.
Is
You
how,
assume that the people are different, seeing as how
Yeah.
it's been 50 years and human lifespans are short.
Yeah.
is how it is on the World Anvil pre-war, or is it
That's
post-war?
all. The World Anvil is pre-awakening,
Yeah. that's-
or I should say, awakening concurrent.
Okay. All right.
So
that
it's
makes
not
sense.
The World Anvil was built for the Awakening campaign, and I've just been continuing to just
Right.
add it in that time state, and then using the timeline to explain differences.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So
We can ask the what, sorry.
I guess Ruvok wouldn't know that because
merchant something.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think the timelines line up there.
Yeah.
So
It's okay.
No.
Prim's not gonna know for sure.
No, but I'm sure they'll love us.
I should hope so.
Where were we
Well,
going again?
There are several factions in this city, all of which have been vying for power since the end of the war. The one who I'm sure that you remember, if you were here before, is the Merchant Parliament. They are the group that oversees the city for the most part. They have asked us to stop by and check in with them. I believe it is their way of enforcing their rule over the Wizard Corps, who, of course, I am allied with now. The Water Breakers are the naval faction you see there on the lake. The church is also a large part of the government. However, I generally do not interact with them much, as their beliefs do not matter to me.
Okay. I mean, I think you guys down to go? Check in?
Sure.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, let's do it.
I don't really know the city very well, so we might as well just get right to it.
You should be aware. Tales of your exploits have made it to the human cities.
As they should.
I'm not really sure how or why, but the group of you known as the Dragon Slayers have become somewhat of a folktale among the Highlands.
Oh my god, the
Spread the
plants!
message.
Yes! Dude, some druid like went to the field and the plants were like, the gods! The dragon
It would have
slayers!
been before this. But yeah. Okay, it would have been. As fast as plants talk, they can't talk that fast.
Like they talked to one druid gossips.
One druid, and then 2 days later, you guys are
Everyone
folk
fucking
heroes.
knows.
No,
I need to talk to a bard. Just
Yeah,
So-
the bard!
I believe it was some people some soldiers returning home told tales of the ones who have killed a dragon. And seeing as how you were the only people to have done so, you have gained notoriety. I'm not sure how this will affect the Parliament's reaction, affinity towards you. But it is very possible that you will have multiple groups of people attempting to win you towards their side. Be aware of that before you enter.
They're gonna have to bribe me really well.
I don't know what they will give you. I don't know what they will offer you. But it is imperative. Do not let it cloud your judgment when it comes to a Minoran. However, it is time to go. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. He's gonna kind of make some sort of hand signal towards the group of wizards who begin saddling up on their wyverns and lifting up the barges. You see one of them turn into a barrel for about a minute.
Nice.
I've done that before.
I missed it. Would have been funny. Did you turn green or?
Oh, it was still
I
rough.
don't know how you're gonna know you're a barrel.
Yeah, by this point, all the
Anyway.
wizards are like,
Pretty like desensitized.
yeah, they're pretty desensitized
Yeah.
to the whole wild
Yeah.
magic thing. As long as it doesn't summon a demon or cause a fireball or something,
They're
nothing really.
yeah, care.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And then you guys get going, or is there anything else that you guys want to do, or any questions for Telindrend before you guys head off?
The only thing I want to do is while we're flying, I would like to ritually cast.
That's a good idea.
You only have about the time to ritually cast like 1 or 2 spells, by the way. You
No, I
guys
just-
are close.
I just want to do telepathic bond.
Okay?
So we can like make
You guys can
intense eye
talk,
contact
yeah.
with each other.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull out
Stared straight into
I'll pull out 2 eggshells.
unblinking.
I'll do one use
Breathe
of
heavy while staring into each other's eyes.
Start doing like one of these hand motions.
I'll do one use of emboldening bond on you 4.
Yay.
So
One use of what?
emboldening bond.
Oh yeah.
So that's everyone but me.
How long does it last?
10 minutes, I think.
We get a what for that
So
again?
you probably want to do that like right before we get there.
Oh, right. We're still in the
Yeah,
house.
it's,
Like,
let's
never
just
mind.
say for sake of whatever, it'll take exactly 20 minutes to get there.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just for sake of,
All right.
You
well,
know,
then I will
numerically,
not.
whatever.
I will
30
hold.
seconds before we get there.
Yeah, I'll hold my action or whatever to do emboldening bond. 30 seconds before we get there. Can I ask Telindrend? How long has the Wizard Court been here?
In the last few months, they have come from where they were founded and have come to here. Will can't remember offhand where they were founded. But it's been over the last few months. Here, let me pull it up and see if I can find it. It's like one of like 3 places, and I wanna. It doesn't matter, but now I'm like annoyed that I don't remember.
If it matters to you, Will, it matters to us.
Thank you.
You're very well.
Never mind. Apparently, I don't really have a place. So there you go.
All right.
Really? Do I really not have a place? Anyway,
Make
doesn't
it
matter.
place.
Thank
It
you.
doesn't matter. Yeah. Over the last few months.
Perfect.
What is their general perception among all the residents? How are they
Of the
liked?
Wizard Corps.
Yeah. Are they liked? Are they not liked?
As magic has become more and more widespread, a need for some sort of governing body around the use of magic has become more apparent. And now that the war is over, I think that people of all magical ability are coming to the Wizard Corps. There has been an influx of people into it, from Jerela and all around the continent. Or at least those who could have made it here in this time. There is, as of yet, as far as I am aware, no one from the eastern reaches of the continent who has come to Jerela. I've been in contact with some of the members there, including a ruin, and they have not mentioned any elves or dwarves coming in from the jungle or the islands.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
Yes, sir.
Anything else before we head off?
No.
Let's get to it then. All right. So you guys wanted to cast something on the way. Molding bond. You can wait until like you're walking in. You know, that's totally okay.
Are we flying there?
Yes,
Okay.
you guys are going
I figured, but
on the barge.
barge. Okay.
Yeah.
I figured. I was like
Pulled by wyverns and wizards. One of them turned into a barrel. We kind of backtracked for a second there to ask
I just wanna
Telindrend
make
another
sure,
question,
okay.
and then we're going back.
I'm just casting telepathic bond.
Casting telepathic bond. You totally have time to do that. Not an issue. And you wanted to cast something too, right, John? No. Okay.
I'm good.
I'm just gonna make some tea.
Hell yeah! You have just enough time to make a pot of tea.
Yay.
So as you guys get closer, you guys gain more detail about the city. You can kind of get a better idea of the kind of amount of the city that is actually populated right now, and you can see that it's a pretty small amount. Looking at the map that you guys can see, it's really only here. So you have, if we wanted to zoom in here for a little bit.
11.
Oh, wrong one. I just F11 my screen. So Honeyview, Cloud Hill, Northtown, and Oxrule are the only ones that have any lights on. It's still pretty early in the morning, so there's not a ton.
Oh, so it's not like it's abandoned. It's just like no one's
So
up.
you can presume, you can ask, you
Yeah.
can whatever. This has been a migrant kingdom for the last 50 years.
Right.
People are going in, but slowly. It's going to take some time.
Yeah.
You know, that's why kind of off over to this area, what is that? Northwest, where these fields are here, there are just, they're full of tents. This migrant kingdom, this migrant city that is finally coming back into where it started, it's slow. It's a slow process.
Okay.
And on the lake is you see people who perhaps decided instead of going on land, let's go on ships, because ships can travel, ships can move.
Okay.
And that's where you see these flat, long, wide barges with these giant sails that allow them to just move across the lake and just keep from being targeted by Umanoran's lieutenants, who have, of course, died now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Huh.
You said they were the naval something?
There's some naval.
The water breakers.
The water breakers. Okay,
Yep.
thank
Here,
you.
I can
I was trying to-
get an F11 on my
Do you
side.
think that's
Break
like
the
their
water.
that's their initiation? Who's like who can like go
Who can
full
smack and you gotta like.
Yeah, it's a belly flop contest because they break the water.
And you break your
So,
and then they
yeah.
break through the skin.
So the water breakers are, they're the kind of the naval. Let me pull up my description that I wrote and make sure that it sounds, Well, so the water breakers are the naval faction of the city. While they are technically in service to the merchant parliament, there is often conflict between them over maritime laws and taxes.
Oh.
That's of course my description of 50 years ago. Since then, they have risen into prominence because, being the naval faction, anyone who went over to them became immediately kind of drafted into the water breakers.
Oh, okay.
Maybe not maybe drafted isn't the right word, because they probably went voluntarily, but they were kind of just like, you're here, you're a water breaker now.
Yeah.
Whether or not that was the intent at the time. Does that make sense? And then, just so that you guys know, there's also the church, which you can ask about, or maybe you've heard about, the Church of Righteous Oblivion,
Oh.
Sounds pretty sick.
which is kind of the main religion of the city. You really haven't dealt with them very much. Don't know much about them. They're generally pretty private and kind of localized to Jerela.
See.
Okay, so as you guys go, the platform that you're on takes you. It doesn't take you into the city. It actually takes you to the outskirts, to a large tent. And when I say large, I mean like a football field could fit in this thing, where it is very, very long, very, very wide. And you see that all around it are smaller but still large tents that, based on your guys' experience, probably they're like they're rich people tents. You know, these are the big wigs, and they're all surrounding this larger tent. You see, let me pull this up. If my tablet doesn't freeze. You see that there are 6 of these tents surrounding this larger tent, and it is kind of, it's not elongated like a football field. I'm just saying it's that large. But there's kind of 2 on each side, except for one where you see a line of guards on one side of the tent, and you see a large arched opening.
Wow.
And these guys actually take you straight up to the opening. And you see the guards kind of shift as they see the wyverns that these wizards are riding. However, they don't move and don't really react. Most of them have winged spears. However, several of them are on horseback and have long cavalry swords as well. What would you guys like to do?
I'm walking right in.
I'll follow.
Oh, yeah.
I guess we just go right into the.
And
Big
emboldening
Wig's
bond
tent.
is active now. So emboldening bond is active now. I'm just clarifying.
I'm trying to open the thing. There we go. My tablet didn't want to help me out there for a second. Okay. Yeah. So as you guys walk in, you see it is crowded with people. All of them human. There is not a single person that you can see that isn't human.
Lacking diversity.
I would let you, normally I'd just say, make a perception check. But there is just straight up, there's no point. There's
we are
nothing
the
there.
diversity.
You guys are the diversity.
Yeah.
And as you enter, the entire room that was bustling with conversation quiets.
Oh, these people.
As they all turn to look at you. And Telindrend, as he kind of walks in from behind you. And the big crowd of people parts, and a path opens up towards the center. What would you guys like to do?
Can I just ask, how well dressed is everyone in this room?
Very.
Okay, that's what I thought the vibe was,
Yeah.
but
Definitely kind of like long robes, like kind of what
Yeah.
Telindrend is wearing, like very similar fashion style. He probably kind of like
mimicked
mimicked their fashion,
Okay.
but it's all different colors. But very vibrant colors. That's the big thing. You're not seeing blacks and grays and browns. You're seeing bright purples, reds, and
Okay.
greens
Rich.
of all of these people. And everyone's dressing kind of monochromatically. Like you're generally not seeing like an entire rainbow on like one person. You're seeing someone is wearing green and someone is wearing purple. But they are all just very, very brightly colored. Very, very, like, this is a very rich place. to
Yeah,
be.
yeah. They're
And-
showing off the wealth via
yeah.
the fabrics.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And they all stop to look at you and part as you come in.
Can I get an insight check on the room?
Can we get a vibe check?
For
Quick
what?
vibe check.
What are you looking for?
What specifically? How they're looking at us? Is
Like,
it
is
like
it
with
disgust?
disgust?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. Make an insight check.
Like
I
down
also
down the
wanna see.
nose.
Go ahead.
Y'all
Fred
get a
could
D4. I
care
don't.
less.
19. Wait, oh, hold on. With
With a D4 too.
Oh, plus a D4.
Why should you get a D4? Is that
Emboldening bond.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that one is.
Wait, is it perception or is it insight?
Insight.
Okay.
5.
It's no longer a -1. That's right. It's a 0.
All right, so
23.
23,
19.
19.
I didn't do it.
Didn't do it.
23.
Didn't do it. 5 total.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 plus 2 plus 1.
Yeah, that's math.
Quick math.
Yes.
Quick, quick.
Everyone, as far as you can tell, everyone is staring at you because they are in awe of you.
You never seen Twirtle before.
Both of you guys see that there's a combination among all of the people there. Some of them are looking at you in awe. Some of them are looking at you in disgust. And some are just kind of looking at you and not really sure just yet.
Okay.
Could be worse.
Mhm.
All right. What do you guys do?
I'm gonna
take your lead on this one, big bro.
It's quiet.
I'm gonna cast minor illusion to
Little
make
bro.
the sound of a trumpet go off in
Oh
the
my god. He's pulling from the old days.
This is a bard move.
This
is- this
Certified
is
bard
it.
moment. Certified bard moment.
back. The first of the dragon slayers are here.
Oh, I want to
What
like.
do you need us to do?
Okay.
Telindrend is going to walk from behind you and look at you and say, they know.
Oh.
And is going to walk forward and kind of motion for you guys to follow.
No. We'll keep going.
They do.
I'll stop the trumpet.
Okay.
You just kept it on the
I was
entire
thinking
time.
of like, should I put up like a sound bite? Like
That's definitely what happened.
Yeah.
Rocky
Sure.
theme.
So as you do that, like one person kind of like starts clapping and then stops.
Yeah, that's one.
shit.
That's one.
You can tell you know.
And you guys walk forward a ways, I mean, probably 50 yards. And you reach the center of the tent, and you see this big center pole. Like very, very ornate. So think like, kind of like a circus tent where like there's like the center pole, right? Except it's a ring. And it's like slotted so that you can see through it.
Oh.
And it's probably 3 feet in diameter and goes straight up about 30 feet. And you can see that the entire tent is coming off of this one pole. And
Watch your hands. Sorry, the cameras.
I'm describing.
I know.
So around this pole, you see 9 people in 9 chairs. Very ornate chairs. And there are several people around.
Do you mean like they're circled around the pole?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure I'm visualizing
Yes,
this
I'm
right.
like-
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so... Sorry, I didn't like...
No, you're good. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, so it's like pole
Yeah,
and then
They're
making a circle probably 20 yards and... not 20 yards, that's 60 feet, that's pretty far.
Thank you.
I'm trying to think, like I have it in my head, and I'm trying to figure out the distance that would be. A large circle around in 9 chairs. So no one is directly across from each other. So, and you can see that each person is dressed slightly differently. You see on kind of the majority of them are dressed somewhat similarly. And you see one person who seems to be dressed in a like a sailor captain uniform with pauldrons and a cape and a tricorn hat, very sailory. You see one person in the robes of a wizard, and you see one person in similar robes, but they are white, and they have a tall hat of some kind, and they are dressed all in white. And everyone make a perception check for me.
Alright, Prim, you're the one with perception. I just realized.
It's better than 5.
Oh, plus D4?
Hold on.
Yeah.
I can't
So,
pull it up fast enough over here.
18.
Okay, so on perception, Rubak,
9.
9.
I'm still rolling. Give me a second.
18. 18.
15.
15.
It's loading.
You don't have your character sheet out, Caitlin.
No, I didn't.
I'm offended. Does Prim even exist?
She does.
Her character sheet Is it
7
up
or
all the
something?
time?
It's like it's 16. It's plus
16?
8.
Okay, so everyone but Ruach.
Sounds about right.
You see that each person around them has a kind of a retinue. So kind of a group of people with each one.
Okay.
So among the 6 that are sitting in the chairs, one of them is much younger than the rest. And standing kind of directly behind the kind of the sailor looking one, you see kind of a tall, thin guy with like a gray hair and like gray mustache holding a cane. And you see that one of his eyes is actually completely like metal with a glowing yellow orb, like instead of a pupil.
Like the whole iris is.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so we're now going to introduce Ethan.
What's up, guys?
Let's go.
Yay!
Grab my chair.
He's got a cane too.
We gotta get Kane. What is this? We had to join the Kane Club here. Gosh, it's
The
so
cane
sweet.
club.
The cane
Yeah,
club.
so-
I totally forgot that Rogan is a cane.
Yeah, he's
Cane
got
gang.
It's got a little wood
sword
line.
cane.
Cane
So
gang.
you have to start wearing beanies too, so we could be the beanie man.
Beanie
Oh my
Boys.
god! But like actually though, look at this.
Yeah, the
Oh my
What are we gonna do? We're not that cool. Come on, guys.
Yeah, we're
yeah.
we're slacking on
We gotta
Imagine
slow
having other
down.
people.
No.
We'll have to
I'm the
coordinate.
DM.
Yeah, we
I'll
gotta
just,
coordinate
I'll just
something.
invent people. What am I doing?
The people.
Yep. Everyone in the city is dressed exactly like me because we're all in a club.
Engineers.
Yep, we're all engineering. So yeah, so the guy that you guys see standing behind the captain-looking dude with the metal eye, the yellow iris / pupil, is Ethan's character, currently standing menacingly behind the captain. And so, have you been listening?
Mhm.
Cool. I just want to make sure I didn't need to get Chip to speak. See, he knows what I ask him. Besides me flirting.
God, you
He
can
read
The amount I'm sweating right now is intense.
Yeah.
Just sitting there waiting, like,
What's gonna happen?
I get it. I get
So, as you guys go forward, Telindrend kind of goes ahead of you and kind of speaks to the group. We have come as you have requested. And the rest of them kind of all look at each other. And with your perception checks, you notice that of all the people dressed similarly, and you guys can all kind of get this, is that those are probably the merchant parliament. The sailor-looking guy is probably a bigwig in the water breakers. The wizard-looking guy is probably a bigwig in the wizard corps. And I know, crazy. And the dude dressed in white is probably someone of the Righteous Oblivion Church. Sorry, the Church of Righteous Oblivion. So you notice that of the people who are in the Merchant Parliament, like 5 of them are these like older people. Let me see. 1, 2. Yeah, 3 of them are kind of older men. Some of them are like pot-bellied. Some of them are kind of like distinguished. Similarly to the AI art of Otis. Maybe not that attractive, but like, yeah, I know. Because Otis was like, that video's coming out before this one, right?
I don't know.
Okay, well, go
Check
watch,
it out.
watch that video when it comes out. It's already out. And there are 2 women who are older, definitely kind of older, distinguished. And then there's one who just kind of stands out as being just younger than the rest. She's in her early 20s and is obviously nervous. And one of them is going to speak up. who seems to be dressed in all black and gray. The only person in the room dressed in black and gray. And based on his position in the circle, he might be the leader. Or think of himself as such. And he's going to kind of look at your group and say, are there no humans in the group?
He's fucking racist.
We've got a human. She's our leader.
I don't know about that.
Come forward, girl.
Oh,
She's gonna walk forward.
What is your name?
Leslie.
She went.
Oh shit!
It's like right
I've got it tattooed somewhere.
What is your dexterity ability score?
I invoke.
I was like,
I both
is it you or is it?
Interesting. Telindrend, we were just discussing the addition of your wizard core to this circle. He's gonna just not respond. He's not happy yet.
Oh.
Well, the people may have taken a liking to you. We harbor no such stupidity.
oh. Well, the feeling's mutual, so we're on the same page here.
She really would. She really fucking would, dude.
Yikes.
He kept doing the.
See the guy with the metal eye kind of give you a cocked look. Like, okay.
She's smart, but
Yeah.
she don't have filter.
Be wary of who you are talking to, elf.
Okay. I don't know you, so I don't really have to be wary right now.
Might we know your name?
You don't even know your name. And you don't even know ours.
I am Bosina.
Say, we'll see.
Remember my name.
We'll see.
For when we find you in the jails, it is I who will decide your fate.
Bolsina or Wolsina?
Bolsina?
Bolsina?
Bosina.
Busina?
Just write down Bolsinic.
B.U.S.? Hold on. John Cena.
That was better.
Busina.
Uranus all over it.
Thinking that until you said it. I was trying to figure out the dude's name.
What happens to all of us?
I was trying to figure out how to pronounce it.
Let me double check, make sure none of the other ones can be construed as funny.
Oh, don't you worry.
No, you just have to accept it.
Busina.
Bus?
You just,
How do
I
you
just have
spell
to
that?
accept it.
you just have to.
No, I really
want to know.
Boscinah.
Can we get a face to the names? Who is which row?
Which
I-
row?
Black and gray.
Back and
Gray,
gray. Okay.
I-N-A-H?
Yeah.
Okay.
Boshina.
Boshina. Okay. This is so.
I'm just gonna go with that because it's like slightly less.
Well,
like,
phonetically,
feminine.
that I'll remember
It's
that.
Boshina.
Boshina. Yeah, love that.
Need a second?
We're good.
Do we need to take a break? It's okay.
No, we're good.
Leave it
Can you
early.
please just open the door? I'm dying. It's hot.
Yeah, the door could be open.
Thank you.
Apologize, I should have.
Boshina.
I'm sorry.
We're good.
I'm fine.
Fuck, what did he say? Yeah, my
Yeah,
name is
He would be
Boshina.
the one to get you out of jail when you.
Well,
Yeah,
or
and-
this is his
and
fate.
he-
He
and-
fixes
and
he
I
decides
will
the
decide your fate.
Yeah,
Um,
he's the jailer.
yeah. Telindrend, take your pets and leave this place.
Ooh.
Thank you for checking in, as some of us have requested. But otherwise, unless any of you, and he kind of points to the rest of the circle, have anything to say to them, I believe we shall carry on dealing with this magic problem. And the dude with the captain's hat will kind of stand for a moment and look out at you. And this guy is like dark-skinned, gray, just like full-on beard, like an impressive level of just on his face. It's just
But is it
and
clean?
broad shoulders.
Yeah, is it
Yes,
clean?
like
Yeah.
that's what's impressive about it.
There's no
As someone
food or
who's had
anything?
like a long beard, it's tough. And I
Immaculate.
shaved it off today, so I'm like well aware. But this guy's like full on, like there are beads all throughout, like ornate gold throughout.
Oh wow.
He has very long, gray hair that kind of, as it goes down his back, it turns to black.
Oh wow.
Very dark skin, and he will say, Dragon Slayers, unlike some, I will welcome you to this city. Take my master gunner as your guide, and he will show you the place. Keep you out of trouble, perhaps, although I'm sure that it is not needed. But at least he will keep you in a favorable light with those who are preemptively against you. And he'll kind of motion to the dude with the gray eye to kind of walk forward.
Well, Dragon Slayers, follow me. And I'll just start. You see him when he kind of turns around. He's got 2 gold earrings in his ears. He's got a platinum bracelet on one arm and a gold bracelet on the other. And they have glyphs all the way along them. His hands are wrapped, and he walks with a cane, and he kind of shuffles along like old Yoda a little bit. He's like, he seems a little spry for his age, but he's still fucking walking with that cane. And he'll just say, follow me, and he'll start walking out of the tent.
I'll bow to the guy, the naval guy.
He will.
Thank you for your service.
We don't do that.
Oh, sorry.
I want to give him a gift.
Yeah.
Please do.
Leslie's gonna say we appreciate your guidance.
Of course.
So I'm walking away,
Sure.
he's just like, money's always appreciated, as he hears you guys whispering about gifts.
I mean,
He's just gonna sigh and kind of just wave you guys off.
we have tea if you would like it as a gift from our homeland.
Another time.
Oh,
I will have my master gunner seek me out later this evening, and we can discuss different matters. Although I'm sure that there will be others who will wish to speak with you.
Thank you, Captain. I'll keep him out of trouble.
Telindrend will walk kind of with you and begin going off. Now, we have talked about it, but you've maybe not met Telindrend, but like
Oh, I fucking know who this guy
you
is.
know who he is. But yeah, and you guys will walk out of the tent. Afterwards, he will Telindrend will kind of gather you guys and go and kind of look at you and just go, I
Can
am
I-
not sure of your captain's motives in this. He's obviously distrustful.
You gotta give it to him. I mean, you watched the guy, you watched him kind of eviscerate. What's your name?
Huh?
Your name.
Prim. Orb Gazer.
Prim or...
Orb Gazer.
Can I call you Prim?
No, you can call me Prim, but
I can call you Prim, though.
yeah.
Okay.
You'll have to get the last name right eventually.
There are more important matters to discuss.
Very much so. That guy was out of line. But my captain's a little rough and tumble. He's seen and dealt with a lot. So
I'm not sure I am as trustful of him as you are.
can I cast Detect Magic and see what everybody's got on them?
You may, but they will all know.
We're wrong now.
You
Oh,
can't cast
sure,
a
no,
spell
I-
in
Oh yeah,
in
I
stuff.
cast detect magic. I just want to see what y'all have.
Telindrend is immediately going to like step forward. Do not cast a spell in my presence.
Oh man, I just wanted to see
And
what y'all.
I'm gonna need you to roll for me. Roll a d20.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Well,
Would my
true.
eye make that check and not me?
Is your eye the one making the?
I
thing?
can't- I
It's
can't
a
cast
flat
magic.
check. It doesn't matter.
That's it's
There's no.
It's
there's
no,
no
it's
check.
a 6.
It's a 6.
It's
You're
a
fine.
We're fine.
Okay.
Dang, I
Oh,
wish.
this is
The wild.
Wild magic.
wild magic. Got
You
it.
and I talked about it. Yeah.
So,
So how that's gonna go every time every time you cast a spell,
It's not a
Um,
cantrip.
besides a cantrip, you have to use a leveled spell.
Okay.
It's a d20, and if you roll so far, if you roll a 3 or less, that
Something
puts you
happens.
into wild magic.
Cool.
You then roll another d20 to figure out which table you're on, and then a d100 to figure out what the result is.
Cool.
And depending on your d20 roll, the higher it is, the smaller the effect. The lower it is on that middle d20 roll. The
Yeah.
lower it is, the more pronounced the effect.
Okay.
So,
Cool.
Speaking of that guy, is that the one we expect to figure this book out? Because if so, I'm already losing faith.
No, I don't think he was the. He was the merchant parliament captain.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was Breer Bashina, the
That's such a cooler name.
leader of
That.
the city administration and judiciary branch of the government. Unfortunately, he is not a man to be trifled with,
It sounds like he doesn't like magic.
as far as I can tell.
Sounded like he didn't like us.
Sounds like he doesn't like anything that's not human.
That was very rude
That
of
is
him.
something that I've experienced a lot in this city.
Interesting. Like in general with everyone or just him?
I have not spoken with many of the citizens
Oh,
here.
so just him. Interesting.
Once we deliver the book, you can talk about that with your new guide through the city.
What book?
That's for us
Another
to know.
time. Come.
All right.
And he's gonna look at you and say, "Stay behind," and he's gonna keep walking. Like he's gonna be like, you can meet them later,
Okay.
and he's just gonna stride ahead. It's up to
Alright.
you whether you do that.
I'll go back to the ship. That's fine.
All right. So, okay.
He just-
All right.
the most powerful person I've ever met just told me to stay behind. I'm not pushing that up.
Fair point.
Roken will stay behind for a second.
Fair point.
Just go back to the ship then.
Where can we find you and where?
I'm assuming my ship would be on the dock.
Like here.
Yeah. I'm just
Nice to meet you, by the way.
Very
I'm
nice.
still new to these.
You've never seen anything like him.
he's a
He's a giant turtle.
This is the first bipedal turtle you've ever seen.
Bipedal
Bipedal turtle. So here's the thing.
I love
Where
that.
you've been, you've heard of turtles his size. You've definitely never heard of one walking on 2 feet.
Or talking.
And speaking.
Or
Yeah, like
talking.
anything like that
I
is all.
just to get.
However,
just to get
there
out of
is
the way. I am from another world.
there are rumors of like a weird being with the dragon slayers. Like
God, yeah.
like,
So I wasn't unprepared,
Like-
but this was a
yeah.
little
So
much.
make a history check for me.
Oh God.
A history check of you guys.
No, I don't think I got any history.
Darn.
Hold on.
I wish he
You
knew
roll.
all the tea.
All the tea. Well, he's watched some of our previous episodes.
Well,
so
he knows the tea,
knows.
but
10.
10. With a 10, you know that they killed a dragon,
Right.
which kind of coincided with the death of the demigods.
Right.
They weren't like directly. They were like at the same time, and
Gotcha.
then they were at the end of the war. So that started getting them some fame, and then at the end of the war, they were recruited by Telindrend to go off on a secret mission.
Okay.
And you know that there is one human, 2 elves,
Yep.
a dragonborn,
Cool.
and something else.
Yeah.
That no one's ever seen before. It's like this
So something
mythic
else.
thing, right? And yeah, it's like this mythic, weird,
Yeah.
like it's like someone travels with them. That he is.
He doesn't look right.
Yeah, he's perhaps a weird dragonborn. Like, I don't know, but
With a shell.
yeah, like no one's seen anything like it before. Like, very much like.
Roken is definitely considering disguising himself now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so no one. So people like know that there's like
A thing.
thing with them. Kind of like the Fantastic Four, where it's like, oh yeah, the 3 people and the whatever the hell. Yeah. It's like
the monster.
Yeah. It's the exact same thing. Where
So
it's
yeah,
like,
I turn to him and I go, "What are you?"
My people are called turtles.
Like turtles. I've seen them before,
Yeah, yes.
but they never
we are
spoke to me.
Similar to the turtles of your world.
Where are you from?
the planet Tortorella.
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
I
cool.
know.
Just
He's
making sure.
just deciding if you're
Planet far, far away.
From a long time
Well,
ago. Galaxy, yeah.
another world called Tortorella.
A world being like, I have no concept of space, dude.
Well, Roken wouldn't know what a planet
Yeah,
is
another
either.
world.
Yeah,
Another
just
world.
another
Yeah.
world.
Yeah.
Cool.
Far
Oh.
from this place, yeah.
Thanks for slaying dragons and all that, I guess. But I'm gonna head Telindrend, the dragon.
Where can we find you when we're done?
I pull a little map out of
Yeah.
my bag and I show you like
Yeah.
exactly where the port where the ship is
At
docked.
the intersection between the Honeyview part of town and Cloud Hill.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of between those two places, there's a port.
What's the name of our
Upper
ship?
Manhattan and like Lower Manhattan.
Here, give me 1 second.
Insert name of ship here.
I wrote my backstory and I put that.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
In little
Yeah, he literally
parentheses.
put like, "Hey, Will, you can come up with the name." And you just like,
I'm gonna walk up to you while he's figuring that out. So you may call me Dolo.
Dolo.
Dolo,
Very
yes.
good to meet you. I'm Amarius. It's very good to meet you, Amarius.
Oh, we got his
You're-
name.
You're a Marius? Like one of the mini Mariuses? Or are you a Marius?
I'm Amarius.
Oh, okay.
There's
okay.
there's no other person like me. I
How do
can
you
tell
spell
you that.
Okay.
Amerius.
I'm Roken. I'm not sure if I.
Broken. Very very good to meet you.
These are my children.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull out a little tiny
I
shrub.
look.
Oh,
For,
yeah,
I look
okay.
for the children.
So I'm sorry.
This little
What?
shrub.
Armageddon and Root waited outside.
That's
yeah,
probably
yeah.
appropriate. That's
Okay.
So,
So make a perception check as
I'm-
he's talking.
I'm looking for
children.
human children.
I
Yeah.
know,
Well,
maybe.
elvish children, first of all.
Elvish children. Yes. Something not. Dude, my rolls today. 10.
10.
10 for
And you are
perception.
rolling average.
He's grown another 2
He's dead.
inches.
Yeah. So you. So you notice a tree,
Grew up so fast.
I know.
and chilling next to the tree is a giant scorpion that is just laying there,
Did
and it is just.
they didn't
so-
go inside the tent with them, right?
No.
I didn't see this.
And he's large, right?
Yeah.
So he's like 10 by 10 feet. This is a giant scorpion that's chilling next to this tree that you've never seen before.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
okay, so
Don't worry about that.
No, they're fine.
very
They're with
friendly.
us.
Raise up my walking.
By the
No,
way,
no, 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 no.
So,
Your
Scorpions.
ship name is the Last Saber.
Ooh, I love it.
so this is Peapod.
He grew some more leaves.
Is that thing
He's
alive?
a little tiny shrub. He hasn't spoken yet, but one day maybe.
Yeah.
He stays with me. That over there is Root. He looks like just a tree, but he can walk and talk, I swear. And then that's
Hello?
Armageddon, the scorpion.
We're playing tag.
Appropriate.
Yes.
Hello. You hear the scorpion. Hello.
Raise the fucking walking cane up again.
I'm not sure if I would be able to attack you, but I would really rather not have to put it to the test.
Good fucking try. And I.
You see it
I
get
take
up
a
onto
step
its,
back.
You see it get up onto its large,
Yeah.
Legs.
If you, I mean,
legs. Yeah,
I don't know what else to call them.
them.
Yeah, I don't know.
And you see its pinchers like raise up.
I mean, a friendly
As this
sparring
large.
match wouldn't be out of the question.
Well, no.
No.
No. I can't let you lose on the first day. That's not okay.
You think I'd lose?
I would not like to fight you.
I go to punch the scorpion.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Just once.
Something
Just
we
once.
should try later.
And it's old man punch. It's it takes effort.
Is this tag?
No, this
It
isn't
might
tag.
be. Make
Wait,
a.
who's it?
oh,
Who's it?
I,
Who's it?
I guess I have to roll to hit, but
No, that's fine.
Oh god, I was keeping track of who is it.
they just told me. They just told me I'd lose.
I'm pretty
when it got
sure
to me.
Armageddon's it.
Yeah, no, because you got him back, so
Yeah,
technically
Armageddon
that
is.
could be tag.
Dude, he gets initiated into
Roll
our
deception.
fucking tag game.
Deception?
Yep.
The whole party will be part of this.
Better
Where's
now
my
than
deception?
later.
Did you
Yes.
say no tag backs?
Yes.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
It's a 17
After I got really sad.
Total.
total.
Yeah.
He told me to talk too much. I got
Oh
hurt.
wait, he's awakened. That's like he gets a whole new stat block.
It's just intelligence. That changes.
Just intelligence that changes, nothing else.
Yeah.
You beat him by 1.
Nice.
Is this tag?
What do you mean by tag?
That's what he said.
Oh, no, but do I hit him?
Yeah, you hit.
I make contact?
Well, that was he was. Yeah, you hit him.
Cool.
I'm gonna. Do you want to deal damage?
No, but
Because that will change how he reacts.
I want him to make a saving throw, though.
Of what?
You're gonna stunning strike.
Yeah, I'm gonna stunning strike him.
Can you use a key point?
Yeah, I'll just keep on.
All right.
I can't remember which saving throw it is, though.
Con.
Is it Constitution? Okay. Constitution saving throw.
Against a DC with your wisdom.
Yep. It doesn't show me until. Where's my stunning strike?
Yeah, it's a con save.
Under actions at the very bottom. Like literally the very bottom.
Oh, yeah, you've played. Yep, there it is. DC 16. Con saving throw.
Alright. Con.
17.
Yeah.
What?
I rolled a 17.
Alright.
Oh, for
Yep.
Armageddon?
Yeah, I forget he rolls for Armageddon.
Yeah, he saves. So he doesn't get struck. But, like, what you see is, like, instead of, like, full fist punching him, I try to go for, like, underneath one of, like, the claw joints. Just, like,
Armageddon moves out of the way.
with, like, a knuckle.
If you ever try and kill my child again,
Oh, I
I will
I
end
am
you.
not your child.
Slow down there.
I
This
am
is-
not
Slow,
by
slow,
him.
slow down there.
This is
I
a
was
little.
living happily as a giant scorpion.
He's having an episode right
And
now.
he awoke me and gave me intelligence.
Okay,
Don't,
so
don't
there's
try and hit him.
so there's a lot of this. There's a
Uh-huh.
lot of cross.
Uh-huh.
For you guys,
I
I'm
have
gonna.
been charmed so that I cannot attack him.
I'm
or
gonna stay
think
out.
particularly
Yes.
ill of him.
I'm sorry I hit
Or
you.
any of his companions.
Something.
Would you like to go see a ship?
No, you're not going with him.
What
He's
is
not
a
going
ship?
anywhere near you.
What is a ship?
It's a sailing vessel.
What is sailing?
It's big wooden thing on the water, so you don't drown. It's like when you probably rode that frog that one time across the river.
I'm sorry, but
It's a fairy tale.
It's a fairy tale
It's the frog.
thing.
It's the frog and scorpion.
Yeah.
Teaches you never to trust someone because
oh,
they don't
Yeah.
change.
Yeah, 'cause
okay.
Yeah,
yeah.
Scorpion's nature is to sting the
sting
frog,
the frog.
but he promises
Oh.
the frog not to sting him.
And then
until
they
he gets
both
it.
fucking die in
And
the
then they
river.
both die.
Okay.
So unlike the
brutal.
frog,
Yeah, it's a brutal.
Yeah.
it's a
that's
brutal
what it
fairy
sounds to me.
tale.
Okay.
That's
I
like
do not
good
know.
family-friendly
Anyway,
fun.
it's a big
Ryan
floating
the
thing.
Frog. I do not believe that there are giant frogs in Oasis.
I just met this guy today, so
I will go with you. I would
Okay.
like to see this ship that keeps people from drowning.
I'll keep him safe. You have my word.
He does
Okay.
not get a choice.
That's fine.
Okay.
I'm keeping root though.
He's
And I immediately hate you.
chill. Okay.
I'm walking away.
So, root for the first time. So you've just seen this tree, right?
Yeah, just this tree in
And
the
at
middle
at,
of
at
the field.
mention,
That's
at
so
the mention of a wooden ship, he just turns. This tree just goes. Did you say wood?
He
You know,
did.
it's a human nature to kill trees. That's why I'm here to
You
protect
said
you.
wooden?
Yes.
They.
You guys are very strong. You have to
Ruth, I
understand.
would never do that to
Oh.
you.
Yes.
No, we would
See,
never do that.
They make.
You talk. I can't kill you.
I-
I won't be able to.
He talked. And you threatened to.
I didn't
You
kill
tapped him lightly.
Yeah.
He's very good.
What some people would call a high five.
I don't trust you, human.
Okay.
Ooh.
I trust that human. I don't trust you.
That's understandable.
I don't like things that are made of wood.
You're a tree.
I am a tree. My name is Root. Know it.
All right, Rat. And I walk away.
Armageddon will follow you. His name is Root. I don't know that you pronounced it correctly.
I just intend to make him as upset as possible at this point.
I just realized I still have the loading screen up. I can take that down.
Wait, what does it say?
Athletic checks determine how well you can perform physical activities like climbing or running touchdowns.
Nice.
So yeah, I guess I take this giant scorpion to the boat.
All right, so we'll cut to you guys first, and then we'll get up to what you two did in the meantime.
Sounds good to me.
So Telindrend, after watching this whole thing, just kind of walks away towards the city. Do you guys follow?
I'm gonna catch up to him.
Yeah.
All right.
So, what was with that back there? Guy didn't seem to like us very much.
Bushina,
Yeah.
from what I understand, he is the de facto leader of the Merchant Parliament. I'm not quite sure of anything else. I do not really care for local politics.
Well, I don't really care for him, but we'll leave those politics, like you say, aside.
Right now, I will take you to the Wizard's Tower, the outpost, as it is sometimes called, their headquarters. There, you should be able to give the book to Uruin. I believe you have met him before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. He will be the chief on the chief researcher on Umanoran. He has the most experience fighting him thus far, as he is one of the few who actually fought one of the demigods and lived to tell the tale. And while he is not a slayer of dragons, he has fought one and lived. So he will kind of lead you guys through the city. Is there anything else you guys would like to ask on the way?
I would like to point out, Armageddon is part of the telepathic bond. If anything happens.
Okay. He's not using it.
Same thing with Root. I'm just saying, if anything happens.
Is it all of you? How many people can
8.
you get? Is it 8?
Yeah.
So it's just everyone but him right now.
Yeah, he's
Well,
the
he
to
was
be
there
added
when I
in the party.
Right, exactly, yeah. Okay.
He's never going to be part of that.
to be added.
He's not gonna be in the party group chat. There's a separate group chat with him in it.
Punch my scorpion. He's a little chat.
Wait.
You told him he couldn't win in a fight.
He did.
I don't know if I know this, but like above table, was this was Ruin there for the fight where he got decapitated and then like we mended him back together?
Mhm, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay. That was a fun.
It was a good time.
Yeah. That was the previous campaign with his cousins. That was fun. Okay.
Mhm.
Anyways.
So that was the campaign where the demigods died.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the same dude. He's fought a dragon and lived. You guys have met him once or twice. Yeah, so Telindrend is taking you there. Anything else before you guys get there? Any questions you want to ask him? Viril, you probably won't have many opportunities to ask Telindrend questions.
So how long have you been like working with these or known these people, with the leaders?
Of Jerela?
Or this clan of leaders,
Merchant
The
Parliament.
the Merchant Parliament, and
I do not know what they call themselves in total, seeing as how the Water Breakers, Church, and Wizards are now involved.
right?
Before there were only 6 in the circle,
Okay.
but they have graciously allowed for the rest to be included, seeing as how larger populations in this city are affected by their decisions as well.
Okay.
I have only been here a few months. After the death of Umanoran's lieutenants, I needed people to ally with. Uruin, who I had been working with undercover for a long time, seemed like the best course of action.
So out of all of them, who do you trust the most?
I don't trust anyone.
Okay. Well, I figured that would be the answer, but yeah.
Inside check.
Okay.
No.
What do
Okay.
you get?
I'm gonna
Well,
try.
he probably trusts somebody.
Is
I'm gonna
You
try.
don't know who.
Okay.
Is emboldening bond still
I think he used the D4.
I assumed it was.
up? Okay.
Hold on.
That was the
How long
question.
does an holding bond last?
10 minutes.
Oh yeah, it's done now.
Okay.
Oh.
my
We'll,
bad.
we'll let that be the last check with it.
Okay.
So
I figured
should
that was
I
the case.
not use it or
Don't use it. Well, yeah, for this one, yes, because it's the same check.
16 again? 4, 4, 8. Haha.
16? I mean, he probably doesn't trust anyone that, like, you know of.
Right.
Maybe you trust some dragon people from his past.
No one in
But
this
no one
really-
here,
yeah,
probably.
okay.
Yeah, no one on this world.
As far as the members of that like
Yeah.
circle. Okay.
Alright.
The only thing is, while we're going through the outpost, I just want to see if I recognize anyone.
Go ahead, make a perception check. Make the check, tell me what it is, and then I'll kind of describe going. 12. Okay. You guys come up, he leads you through the city, and you see in the section that you're in, people are here. This is the section of the city where people are. People have actually come from the camp and are moving in. You see that there are wagons on the streets full of belongings. More and more as you go further in, but there are a fair amount. These are people who aren't necessarily nobles, but they're middle class, for lack of a better word. These are shopkeepers, people who work. They're not ultra poor, but they're not nobles either.
Okay. Working class.
Yeah. And he leads you to maybe not what you expected. As a wizard's tower, perhaps something entered into your brain of a large solitary thing. This is more of, it slightly peeks out over its surrounding buildings. It's maybe 3 stories tall and is generally just kind of a normal looking building. You see that there are people kind of walking in and out in different colored, like different shades of blue robes, but that's about it. And when you open the door, you see Uruin kind of like walking around, like directing people, as you see a bunch of other wizards like with reefs of scrolls in their arms, like running back and forth. And as he spots you, he goes, "Aha, the mighty dragon slayers have arrived with Telindrend, my old friend and traveling companion. How have you been since we have last spoken?"
I have a really essential question. Have you ever gotten the chance to ride on Telindrend?
Oh my goodness. This is.
He'll put his hand on your shoulders.
Just whipping it out.
He's really whipping that question out.
He doesn't like to talk about it.
I'm gonna take that as a yes, though.
One's
Oh, this changes everything. Oh my goodness! Thank you so much. Okay, I'm so happy to see you again.
It's so great. We've missed you.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
and Telindrend will just like, and another time.
Hey, he didn't deny it, that's what I'm saying.
Do you have the book?
Yes.
I thought we gave it to, what's her name, Tamara.
Oh yeah.
Tamara
Sure.
has it.
Did she steal it? Oh my god.
Oh yeah. Tamara has it. Okay, so Tamara will come out.
It'd be like.
What was her accent? It was Irish. Or my bad attempt at an Irish accent.
It was
We
pretty
gave her
good.
the translations too.
What?
We gave her the translations that are
Right.
from the Blue Dragon as well.
Yeah, so she will walk up, seemingly out of nowhere, and say,
Here.
Dark circles.
what?
Dark circles. She said she was gonna like stay up forever.
Yeah, she looks pretty tired. However, she has a bunch of scrolls,
Ooh.
and she comes up, and Aruin, his face like kind of falls a little bit when he sees her.
Oh,
Tamara, Aruin, I believe I've had a little bit of time to study the book and our travel here, and he just deflates.
Oh.
She convinced you to give her the book, did she?
It's more of a loan.
Yeah, he's alone.
He'll hold his hand out, and she will hand it to him. Everyone make a perception check for me real fast.
Really struggling here with these perception checks
Nat
today.
20.
Nice.
Alright, you'll get a bit of extra info.
13.
13.
11.
11.
That's the lowest I've ever
Natural
done.
20.
19.
19. 16. 16.
I'm assuming the
Alright, you're not
scorpion's
there. I'm
eating
sorry.
you
You're
right
not
now.
there. We'll
As
go
he
into what you
should.
guys are doing. We'll do a. Yeah. Okay. The book looks to be the same book. You see, it was a check of 20 or higher, so you're the only one who got it. So it looks to be same book, nothing different. You see that wrapped up in the scroll she's carrying, one of them has a soft blue glow coming from kind of the rolls itself. Very, very faint. In the lighting of the room that you're in, almost impossible to see.
Leslie's gonna be tomorrow. I was gonna say, tomorrow, what is that?
The results of my research, but I believe it'd be better to discuss it with Arun first before we unveil it to the world.
Insight.
I am slightly concerned.
You can tell that she is proud. Tired, but proud.
The last time we saw glowing items, the mushroom caught on fire.
Yeah, the
and
mushroom did
exploded.
catch on fire.
And as you'll see here, the scroll did not. I have made a breakthrough.
Oh.
That's not her voice. I've made... fuck. Doesn't matter.
It's okay.
It's okay.
I've made a breakthrough. And I've been able to successfully transpose one rune to the piece of paper
Oh my.
without it exploding or creating any other effects. This is incredible!
And what means did you use to do this?
Well, it was a particular blend of ink and sediment and rock and certain incantations that I just kind of tried and not quite sure which one worked actually, but more testing is required. But I did do it. One rune has been successfully transferred to this scroll.
Oh.
Can I insight check if she actually did do it? Like, I don't know how I would do that.
You can check and see
Just
whether
be-
she's
just-
lying.
just-
Yeah.
About like
Believe,
what
like,
she's
you could
doing,
insight
like
check,
how?
yeah.
Yeah, insight check if she's lying that she did it, and potentially I had
I wanna
part
do
of that,
too.
and I don't remember the rest. So that's the most that
Is
my
that
brain's gonna give me.
possible?
It's not happening.
What'd you get?
5 and some change.
Hold
Yeah, no.
Oh, it's
She
10.
seems to be telling the truth.
on. 12 is probably gonna be the same.
Seems to be telling the truth.
That's
But that is incredible, honestly. Yeah. Which room did you put on there, by the way?
The one that you experimented with in the Highlands.
Interesting.
that's so odd. When I copied the map, the only thing that happened was the ink drying immediately.
Exactly. I don't know.
Oh.
It glows now.
Oh.
That is true.
Woo!
It glows. I don't know.
It's a glow stick.
Just put a little like
Phosphorus.
phosphorus. Yeah.
More study is required, but
Just
again, I think it's almost creating magic or something. And then Arun is gonna that one
Sus.
Depending on the materials used.
I think we figured this room was for, I don't know, something with like nature or plants because it only worked with the grass that started freaking out.
Arun will kind of look at Tamara. Did you write down the details of their experiments? And she'll kind of nod. We'll talk later. I believe that you have more important things to attend to. I assume that different political factions are all vying for your attention. If not, I'm sure we can come up with something for you to do if you'd like while we study.
Well, not one has talked to us yet.
Oh,
I'm not sure what we were.
yeah, we haven't been
Planning on.
requested.
Well, if you have nowhere to be, I'm sure I can find something for a group of adventurers to do.
Oh yeah, I'm always down.
Yeah.
Maybe you could show me a tour of the place.
What is the nature of this request?
Well, you see, we've been experimenting with a particular very common type of magic item. I believe it is called a bag of holding.
Ooh.
There are many that littered the continents since the awakening, and all of them have the same effect. They seem to open bigger than their outside appearance would seem. However, there is reason to believe that they do in fact reach between space and time into the same place. Think of a jar of mayonnaise.
I knew you were going to say it. I was waiting for the trophy. Yes.
I've actually heard of this theory before.
You want me to explain?
Yeah, I want to hear how he explains it.
I want to fucking know.
Okay, alright.
What
Think
is
of a jar of mayonnaise. And every bag of holding is like pushing your finger into the jar of mayonnaise. Okay, it is all contained in one place, but when you push into it, you are creating a pocket within this jar of mayonnaise. You're pushing the mayonnaise aside. What were to happen if you pushed further and further, and perhaps with 2 fingers, you could link them together? What would happen?
You would have a jar of mayonnaise with a hole in it.
Now, the thing about the inside of a bag of holding, and similar things to, I believe, the pack that even you have, is that they deal with space differently than the rest of the world. We're not quite sure how yet. I think our theoretical physics department is still working on it. But if we, for example, pushed our fingers together, what if that would link the space between where you pushed in your one hand and your other hand? And the distance in the jar of mayonnaise is different than the distance between the 2 points outside the jar of mayonnaise. Do you understand?
Have you been drinking the tea I sent you? I had 2 teas I
Yes,
sent you.
but that wasn't...
My concern is, if you push too hard, doesn't the mayonnaise that you're pushing aside go into the bowl?
Hence experimentation. We haven't lost anyone yet.
I don't know if this is an experiment for us, but maybe. I do have a new friend who I might be willing to jump into a bag of
A new
mayonnaise.
friend?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Stole my
I don't know if he's a friend more than
You have a scorpion?
I think we may have just
We
got
need to catch
out
up.
before start.
Is mayonnaise delicious?
Yes?
This is the
It
question.
is actually terrible.
No, don't listen to
An
him.
instrument.
Is mayonnaise an instrument?
Mayonnaise,
To the bard.
Mayonnaise an instrument.
if you are skilled enough, could be an instrument.
Oh my.
It's for sandwiches. The next time we have some, we'll make one.
Multiple uses of this mayonnaise.
Hey, Caitlin, you have a magic item that can create...
Oh, fuck, I do! I do! She's gonna take her necklace off and go,
Actually, I can do that right now.
Oh my.
It's almost like your secret Santa gave it to you.
I always forget unless we're in combat and then I want to make lava.
I don't think it can make
We tried to look up if lava was a liquid or if it was not. It's not
Well, I mean,
technically.
technically, it's just a high viscosity.
Yeah. So anyway.
Okay,
Steel.
here's a mushroom. Here's the mayonnaise. Here you go.
Do I trust this? Is this not a trick mushroom?
This is not a trick mushroom.
Okay, she's gonna eat it.
mayonnaise covered mushroom?
Make a constitution save.
It's a
That could be.
I mean-
it could be pretty good.
I mean, as long as you're not like nerding out and like full on dipping your shit in the mayonnaise.
It was like
Just
a drop
scoop.
of mayonnaise, man.
18.
Like you're dipping it.
Oh.
Like you're dipping a chicken
quite
wing into
delicious.
ranch.
Maybe not like paired together, perhaps,
No.
but like
This is all I had.
What a
individually.
strange combination.
Well, this is the only thing we had. I do, and somehow growing fruits now. I don't know how, but like eventually that'll happen. But mayonnaise and fruit doesn't go well together, so I figure mushrooms and fruit don't really go well either. But for this case, mushrooms and fruit.
Can you give me some mayonnaise?
Here you go.
Well, thank you for letting me try that.
Mhm.
It was
I'll have it for the next 24 hours, so if you want to.
While you guys are having
try
this
with
discussion,
everything.
Try it with everything, man.
Telindrend will kind of go to Ruin and say, I will go study the book as well. And we'll kind of walk into the, he will kind of turn around before he walks. He'll like take a step and then turn around. Until we are completed with our research and can find the next step towards Umanoran's soul. I just ask that you remain in the city. so that we can call upon you at a moment's notice.
Do you have a sending stone that links us?
Sure. And you'll reach into his robes and kind of flick one at you.
Didn't we have one already?
I don't know if we had one that linked to
Might have-
Telindrend.
I think you did.
We had
We
a
had
big
a whole
bag.
bag.
Either way,
I
now you have
another
another one. I think you did have a whole bag because I
We
gave
do
you
have- we do
it
have
was
a
like the
bag.
bag of sending stuff, yeah. So we probably didn't need to do that, but just in case, and he'll kind of go walk up the stairs. Or Ruin will kind of look back at you guys and say, "Well, no one's died yet."
I know.
I want to do it.
You want to do what?
That thing. The experiment.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
All right, find yourself some accommodations and meet me tomorrow morning.
Okay, really quick. We do have notes from Blue Dragons on the book specifically.
You met blue dragons?
Yeah, they were
Aggressive.
They were okay, you know.
What was their element?
Yeah.
Telindrend will tell me nothing about the other types of dragons
Right.
besides the black one, which is obviously acid, and of course the purple one that you guys fought in the chasm.
We met a bronze dragon.
We did meet a
You
bronze
met
dragon.
We met brown.
Brass?
Brass.
Brass,
My bad.
brass.
Sorry. I knew it was a
A
beef.
brass dragon? What is their element?
Did we ever figure that out?
Brass.
Darkness is fire.
Yeah, fire, that's what it was.
Was it fire?
I thought it was. I was gonna say
I think so,
time,
yeah.
but I'm
Yeah,
thinking
the
of the
brass
WoW
is fire.
The
expansion.
blue dragon was a lightning,
I'm pretty sure.
Lightning.
and they like to dig holes,
Yeah, they do like to dig holes.
and they can make a storm.
Yep.
Interesting.
Really
Almost like a
dangerous.
storm.
They're pretty
Hmm.
annoying.
I
They
wonder
are
what.
annoying.
I wonder what would happen if Telindrend were to stay here. Would he create a storm as well?
Probably not.
No.
Interesting. Requires further experimentation. I will ask you about it tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Find yourself accommodations. Do whatever for the rest of the day. I believe there's a tournament coming up. There's a bunch of knuckleheads coming into the city. There is a wizard's part of the tournament, but I don't really think that many are going to actually enter into it. We have far more pressing research.
That means we can win, guys.
So I do have a question. It seems like when we were looking, there were several abandoned parts of the cities.
Yes, most of the city is still abandoned.
Now, what exactly is the claim on those buildings?
Well, right now, the Paladin Corps is slowly going through and clearing out the rest of the city. But it's a slow process. There's only so many of them. However, many of the veterans from the war are joining and clearing out the city. And slowly, people are moving in. As far as I know, no one is actively claiming those buildings that haven't been cleared out yet. However, the buildings that do get cleared out are being assigned on a case-by-case basis. You had to be on a waiting list as created by, what was his name? The leader of the...
Bushini?
Ah, yes, him. He created the list, and then it's by family, and then it goes from there.
So it's who you know.
Why'd you make a
There are a few inns in the city that you can probably take residence in. Unfortunately, we are full here. I don't know.
I think we have that taken care of.
Yeah.
I know, I just wanted a house. I've never had a house. So
Yeah, we haven't had a house.
I'm sure that you can be put on the waiting list.
I don't like lists.
If you pay enough, I'm sure that they'll bump you to the top. Rear Bashina is known
Social
for
welfare is its finest.
perhaps not being the most financially legal.
Do we have to deal directly with him? Or is there people we work through under him that would get us on this?
Well, his family is the one that deals with most of the administration in the city. So you'd have to deal with at least one of his family. But maybe not him specifically. I'm not sure who in his family actually runs the waiting list. But
Thank you
it
for the
goes
information.
fairly quickly from what I understand, 2 or 3 families a day.
Okay. Okay. Here, I want to leave you with a gift. It only works for a little bit, but here's a diamond.
A diamond?
Yeah.
You think I wouldn't recognize a created diamond?
You can use it. I just wanted to, if you needed to do anything in the next 4 hours.
You think that we can't create our own? I appreciate it, but really it wasn't necessary.
Okay, I'm gonna give this to someone anyway. So.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
Here's more tea.
Thank you.
And here's the special tea. Don't mix them up this time.
I never
Mix
do.
mayonnaise with tea.
No.
That makes specialty.
No.
That's her specialty.
That's not like the,
Is there anything
he
else
has
you
my
guys would like to do,
specialties.
or are we good to cut to the adventures of what's your name again? I can't remember.
Armageddon and Amarius.
Armageddon and Americus.
A-N-A.
Yeah.
A-N-A.
Alright, so are you guys just gonna head over to him at this point, or did you want to do anything else?
Oh, I wanted to check out that list.
Okay. So we'll kind of cut to you guys, and then we'll kind of go back to them, and we'll go from there. So
I've
you're
just been-
leading.
I've just been
Armageddon
like
through the city.
leading Armageddon through the city, just like showing him around and being like taking all the dirty looks that I get for walking with a giant scorpion.
Yeah. So every time you walk by a group of guards, they start like they're not,
I just keep
Yeah.
saying he's with the Dragon Slayers.
and
I'm
they
just
kind
showing
of
him
like.
around.
And like he's not attacking anyone, so they're like kind of okay with it.
Yeah.
But they're definitely not kind
If
of
any
happy.
of them come up to me and are like pushy about it, I'll just say, "You talk to Ryland about that.
Mhm.
We'll see how it goes." And
Do,
I just keep walking.
do they hear him talking though? Armageddon?
He doesn't talk very
Oh,
much.
okay.
So probably most of them don't. However, when
Oh,
he does talk to
fucking-
you, yeah, they flip out.
Yeah.
Uh,
I've just been like treating him like a normal thing.
Yeah, he's gonna kind of look around and say, "I've never seen so many people in one place before.
Yeah, it's kind of wild. There's a
We
lot of
scorpions are not known as having families, or at
very
least large
solitary
ones."
creatures.
Yes.
Right. So, is there any snacks or things you would wish to eat? Meat. Okay.
Meat.
How about fish? Have you tried fish?
I have not tried fish.
Let's have some fish. And so I take him to the boat.
Is this a ship?
It's 100 feet by 100 or 100 feet by 20 feet. I think it's a pretty decent sized ship.
You will kind of scuttle up on it and immediately like not have a good time with the rocking of the ship.
Yeah, I was like,
Oh, poor
it
guy.
takes a little bit to get used to. We call them sea legs.
I have several.
It's gonna take you a minute then, bud.
I do not like this.
We can get off, but we're gonna try some fish
I would
before
like
you get
fish.
sick. And
So he has had fish, huh? Did you give him any?
No, he
No,
had a crab.
crab.
He had
Crab. It was
crabs.
crab.
It's crab. Crab is very different, my friend. And I put a pole in the water and take a few minutes to catch a fish, and then or a couple because he's large, and I grill them up on the ship and come back out and give them to him.
Thank you.
Very
I
well.
have not had cooked fish or cooked meat before.
It's
It
I
tastes
didn't
different
realize.
than what I have had in the past.
Better or worse?
Different.
Okay. Alright.
I would need more raw fish to be able to compare the tastes.
Okay. I put my pole back in the water and catch him a raw fish and
Thank
feed
you.
it to him. I just
So that
yeah.
I will say, as someone who's fished before, I can't catch a fish in a few minutes. So it probably wouldn't take you very long, not nearly as long as me. But
either
we'll
that,
kind
but
of,
if it took me longer than that, I'd probably just get into the water.
yeah, or just grab one off the ship.
Or
I'm
grab
sure
one
that
off the
there's,
ship.
there's some that
I
are
just wanted to
stored.
show him,
Yeah,
you know, all the things.
he definitely appreciates it.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to ask you a few questions about that Dolo character.
Theo
Oh,
is what he normally goes by.
Theo.
I believe he gave you a fake name to confuse you.
Cool. Great. Awesome.
His full name is Theodolo.
Cool. I remember that.
He and Prim are siblings.
Siblings.
They are from the same litter.
Okay. Okay. Awesome.
That is
What-
fair.
So, have you guys really killed a dragon? That's a.
I was not there at the time.
Oh.
At the time, I was still my old self.
Would you rather be your old? You were saying.
I do not know anymore. I have been gifted intelligence unwillingly. If I had not been given intelligence, I would not know what this felt like, and therefore I would not have wished for it. And now that I am here, I do not.
Dude,
know
that's
that
why I
I
play
wish
tag.
To go back.
It's not like
Is there anything I can
Flowers
do
for
to
Algernon?
ease your suffering and
Yeah,
pain?
that's it.
Yeah, I'm literally just enacting Flowers for Algernon with him. I had to read it in middle school, and it's just happening.
Or stuck, yeah.
Is there anything that can ease your suffering?
I do not know. After 30 days of being alive, or awakened, I should say, I will finally be allowed to make my own choices.
Okay.
I do not know what will happen at that time.
Have you thought about it? Like, have you thought about what choice you would make?
My thoughts are guided by what awakened me.
Oh, you can't
That
think
is
for
my
yourself,
curse.
even when he's not here.
It is limited.
Even if he's not telling you what to do. Like in this moment, what do you want to do right now?
Sleep.
Then go to sleep, buddy. It's all good.
There is no sand.
I'm sure there is. Oh, we're on the dock, huh?
Yeah.
Oh.
You guys are in a boat.
He's like,
Oh no, he hated the boat, so I took him off the boat.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, he's not on the boat anymore because he hated it. I go. Is there any part of the dock area that has like sand? No, it's just fucking stone. Okay. You know, if we ever head back to West Jerela, there's very, very sandy shores.
West Jerela.
Yes, this is East Jerela.
I do not know.
There's 2 cities. And I point off in the direction of where
West.
the ocean is.
Yeah.
I point west, and I'm like, it's that way. It takes about
Interesting.
3 days to get there on foot, but if you guys wanted to go, I could probably get you guys there in 2 days.
Interesting. I would like that. But, unfortunately, until 30 days go by, I cannot make that decision for myself.
How long you got?
When did you awaken him again?
He's probably got about 15 days left.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
15 days?
15 days.
Okay. Take off, cause like I've got like this armor, this plate armor, half plate armor on, but it's got like seashells and shit sticking out of it, just crazy swirls and stuff, and then like a couple of sashes, like blue sashes over. Or what color is the water breakers? I would assume blue. I got like blue sashes over it.
Water,
So I take one of the sashes off and I put it around one of his claws, not tight or anything.
Yeah,
just
to wear it.
Just to wear it.
Yeah,
And
I
I'm
got
like,
you.
you let me know what you want to do when your 15 days is up, and I'll help you with that.
I appreciate it.
Can you talk to? I'm just gonna call him Dolo.
Okay.
Can you communicate with him?
Yes.
Can you ask him what they're up to?
Sure. You'll get so at about the point I'll call it as equated. So at about the point where Ruin kind of walks away, you get the telepathic message from Armageddon. What are you doing?
a period after every word.
Are you asking me out of the kindness of your heart, or does someone else want to know where we're at?
I am curious.
Dude, is he lying? Can he lie?
You probably lie. He's just trying.
Fuck, I can't remember. I'm getting it down. I'm sorry. What's his
Amarius,
name?
yeah.
Amarius.
Amarius. Okay. But Amarius asked as well.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. You tell Amarius to fuck off, and I'm trying to find a house to get you some sand, so you can sleep and be protected.
They are trying to find a house. I do not know when they will come.
Would I have a dwelling here, or I'm sleeping on the ship?
You're on the ship. Your dwelling is the ship.
Yeah. Is there room enough for all of them?
Probably.
Would it be like a tight squeeze, or would it be like? No. All right.
Well, are you asking the DM for what Amarius would think, or are you asking Armageddon?
Oh, the DM.
Yeah, it would be probably a tight squeeze. Like,
A tight
you
squeeze,
could
yeah.
do it. Most of the crew is on shore leave, so you're probably okay if they were to stay there for a few days, but as soon as you guys set off again, whenever that is, you're not really sure.
Kick them off.
Yeah, like at that point they would either have to basically become water breakers, because that's kind of how that works after the war,
Yeah.
or they would have to leave.
Cool. I tell Armageddon, if you want to speak to your master, there is room on the
He's
ship.
not my master.
He is for the next 15
Father,
days.
perhaps. But I use
Told
that
you
term
to.
loosely.
Loosely. What, if you had to call him something and you didn't want to call him father, what would it be?
Ooh.
Awakener.
Okay. All right.
Something more badass.
If you want to talk to your awakener again and let them know that there is room on the ship, if they wish, and we could probably find you some sand here in the city if you really want to.
You'll kind of reach out. Amarius says that there is room for you on the ship until you get a house.
Did you say my other part to him?
I don't know if you can lie.
He's just charmed. You could look at the term and condition.
He's
only
like
charmed.
non-hostile. Like
Mhm.
it's nothing about lying because zone of truth is different from being charmed. So I'm gonna say, no, I did not tell him.
Okay. That's okay. Okay, well, I'll let the people know. We're probably on the way back.
All right. He
Anytime.
guided me to here. I do not know if you can get back.
He gave us a map and pointed to it. We'll be fine.
Good. That's it.
Love you.
Oh my god!
Another time.
Okay.
Oh! Scorpion hates you, dude. He fucking hates
He doesn't
you.
hate
He's got a
you,
hard
it's
outer
just,
exterior
you know,
shell.
yeah.
He's like an onion, you know? We're peeling back the layer.
He has an exoskeleton. He's hard on the outside, but gooey on the
He's very
inside.
gooey on the inside.
So I just start talking to him about like his like physique and what things do what, and
Yeah.
like if he's cut
He
heads
tells you-
off and
Yeah, he tells you about life as a scorpion.
war stories, whatever.
His memories of before the awakening are pretty foggy.
Yeah, I imagine so.
But what do you guys do? So at this point, you guys are currently still at the Wizard's Tower.
So, Amarius, the lovely lad he is, said we can stay on the ship if you guys want.
It's very kind of him.
Very.
Although,
Are we sure we trust him?
No,
I don't trust him.
you stole my scorpion.
He tried to punch him.
He did try and punch him.
I think that experience is enough to speak for itself.
I would not
What are you,
mind-
Roken? Sorry.
Hmm?
What do you think?
About Amarius?
Yeah, staying on the ship, hilarious, trusting
All the
him.
above.
Everything.
Regardless of where we stay, we always have a place to stay.
Yeah. And crafts.
For sure. Yeah, that's true.
And sand.
And if it makes you feel better, I can make you a tent house instead.
No. It's harder for the crabs to give me massages than you. The tent is very easy.
It would not restrict their movement.
You can make like a crab door.
Yes.
That's
It's very tempting. Okay, I'll think about it. I'll let you know later.
Not knowing what this is.
Or the crabs could just teleport
wild.
and decide what
Do you
happens in
really
there.
not know what they're talking about?
You can
I'm
make
assuming
crabs
it's like
teleport.
a magnificent mansion,
Yes, that's exactly
but flavored with
But
crabs.
It's Roken's
Island retreat.
Yeah.
Oh my god! That's pretty legit.
You know, it'd be really nice if I could have a room in the house.
You just said you're gonna burn it down.
I was gonna burn it down. I'm just saying we're a little bit of bad luck when it comes to houses.
Okay.
It's
Change
blocking.
the
It's
eye.
blocking our laptop.
Okay.
I'm just doing this.
No. I
For
like
the
the
audience.
island retreat.
Ooh.
I just wanted to have an actual residence, and feel like we are part of the world in that sense.
That's understandable.
Yes. And I was just thinking, we could charge people to enter the island retreat, and they could pay for crab massages.
Oh my.
It could be a glorious business. Does that work with how your magic works?
I would have to know who they are before I cast the spell.
So Root's gonna pick out. So it'd be by appointment only.
Exactly. This is why we keep him. He's amazingly smart.
We could like to do a lot of people at once.
We could do a lot of people. How many crabs could we possibly?
How many people can you let into the island retreat?
Please hold.
It has enough. Well, at least it doesn't exactly mention, but it says sufficient food to serve a 9-course banquet for up to 100 people.
Gotcha. So
And it would be a crab per person.
So unlimited.
Yeah.
Well, you need about 5 for the full experience. Don't worry about it. I've been perfecting our crab.
So
I'm not quite sure that I
you could
would
do
be.
20 people a night.
That's true. You wouldn't pay for a crab massage?
It was an interesting experience, but I'm not sure I would call it pleasant.
You definitely have the charisma to sell someone on it.
Okay.
But
You got me to do it.
I don't know if I can recover
Your
from this.
charisma score is very high.
It is very high. We'll think about it. But I do want to see if we can get a residence and maybe cheat the system a little bit, and then we could put the island retreat in a house so it doesn't look like we're just fucking coming out of nowhere, you know.
oh, of course, I would do it from a space that not a lot of people would see.
Okay. So do we want to go to the ship first, or go and see if we can find a residence? I could go alone. It might be
No,
less
I'll go with you.
conspicuous. Oh god. Okay.
Oh,
Where are you guys going? Sorry.
I'm just going to
Find
go
a
see if I
house.
can go get my name on the waiting list for a house.
Or no.
It would likely be on the way there, right?
How much money do we have? Hold on. How much money do we have as a party?
Probably not enough for a house.
Yes,
Well,
but-
they're kind
Enough
of
to
being given
bribe?
out, so yeah.
Is it enough to bribe? That's I think.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll find out. Is a wizard nearby who's not frantically
Well,
running around?
first, how
Yeah.
much money do you
There
want?
are plenty just kind of milling around.
So we're not digging for it. Anyway.
Well, I'm thinking there's a couple things I'm going to do before we give money.
Real fast, while you guys are talking, a person turns into a statue near you guys.
But they don't know why this is happening, right? Like we didn't tell them about the books. Like
I don't think you haven't really talked about it with anyone yet.
All of those wizards know though, so.
The ones that
the ones
Yeah.
those
they seem different though.
Wait, is it the area around the book, or is it just in general, like everywhere?
You don't really
magic?
know.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask a wizard. So we're going to like the docks in between Cloud Hill and Honeyview.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know where we sign up to put our name on a wait list for a house here?
I believe that it's set in stone. You have to be a resident of some kind.
Oh, I can make that up. That's no problem.
Well, I suppose that you would have to go to the Bolshina place. They might put you on the list. There's a way to get it without going on there, though. There have been talk of a tournament prize. Note that prize hasn't been fully announced yet to those of us who aren't nobles, but there's talk of it being some sort of mansion in the city.
Well,
Thank you.
There are several different brackets, though. They've announced it. Have you gotten the pamphlet yet?
No, we talked to a good friend, Keith.
what's his name?
I thought it was-
check.
He was like Chad, Steve, no Keith. He showed me the.
Default names.
Movement Sir Keith?
Yes,
Incredible. He's been a force upon the city since he's arrived.
I can imagine.
He's a bombastic man.
He's got an aura of just excellence.
Aside from you, I believe that he's probably the most famous person in the city, and he hasn't even been here a few hours.
Did you just call me famous?
You're a dragon
He had
slayer.
no
Oh my
idea.
god,
who
I
we were.
appreciate you so much. You have no
That's rough.
idea. Thank you.
Didn't know who
You've
we
made
were.
my
We
day.
didn't know
What is
your
your name?
was.
We're not gonna
My
use
name?
those.
My name is Ben.
Ben. That is a glorious name.
I should hope so. It's mine.
If you ever need any help, I'm gonna give you this sending stone.
Oh my god.
Did you create the sending stone?
No, we've got a bunch of. Well, it's an issue. We don't have the other end, huh? No, we should have two ends. Can I see the
Do we
sending
have
stones?
two?
No.
Because we gave one to Taka.
You guys created one to give to, or I'm
Well,
pretty
Taka,
sure.
I think Taka made it and gave one to us, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I know we have
That
a
sounds
bag.
right,
but-
like,
I know
yeah.
we have a bag, but I
You guys
thought
have
they
a bag,
were all
but I'm
to
pretty sure that,
Telindrend.
yeah, they all
Yeah.
link to Telindrend.
It's true. Do you have any sending stones so we can remain in contact?
Well, we use them as communication throughout the city amongst all of us wizards, so you can really ask anyone. Here, I have a pair.
Oh.
I'll give you one set.
I just got this guy's number.
I suppose if I ever need help, I'll ask. Although I can't imagine something where I'd need such high-profile help.
Well, we will help you no matter what, Ben.
Well, if you can, reach out to people. There's a bracket for every guild in the city. It's supposed to be some sort of unifying tournament to bring us all together.
Okay.
I think we should pick up that pamphlet, but if you still want to put your name on the waiting list, I wouldn't do it as Theodore.
Oh no, it's gonna be. We'll stage it. Don't worry about it.
Alright, tournament sign-ups are probably at the pavilion you entered in. The whole merchant. It's not merchant congregation. That's from a different game.
Merchant Parliament.
Merchant Parliament.
Do you know when the registration ends?
I believe tomorrow evening.
Is there a maximum or minimum amount of people?
No, but you have to be of a certain guild to enter into it. Anyone can enter into the commoners tournament, and no one's announced what the reward for that one is, except that will, if you're not noble already, winning the commoners tournament will enter you into the nobles tournament if you so choose. And the prize for the nobles, well, there are several events, of course, and there's a different prize for each one. But the biggest prize is some sort of magical artifact. But it's for the joust, and I don't really, looking amongst you, doesn't look like any of you can joust.
I mean, I do have my noble steed Marinera.
Well, that's one requirement for jousting. There are many.
What is
I can go over
jousting?
them, I suppose.
Yeah. Now, let's get some of the rules here.
All right.
Do people on horses?
Just talking to this random wizard in the
have long
street.
sticks?
I love
Run
Ben.
Trying to get each other off
You
their
will be the
horse.
one.
That sounds very violent and
People
very
die.
confusing. Why would
Do you know how to joust,
we
Ruben?
do this?
Yeah.
Well, it seems that I'm gonna need a horse of some type.
Oh, I got you a horse
Well,
with
Well,
wings.
A horse is, of course, only the first step.
Mm-hmm.
So you need, of course, to be able to ride a horse, and you need to have one. You will need to have a plate, a shield, and a lance, at least 3. And you'll, of course, need to be a noble. And they're talking about winning the commoners tournament to actually make you a noble, but I don't know much about that.
have I seen a lance?
So you'll need plate mail, a shield, a lance, a horse, and the lances are, of course, specifically made for jousting. And there are several people involved. You'll need a bard.
We might have one of those.
You'll need a groom to take care of the horse. You'll need an armourer to repair your armour between rounds. And you'll need some sort of squire. But this is all besides the knight.
Okay.
Is all that required to enter, or is it just like?
All of that's required.
Okay, so we got the horse.
Jousting is quite a big deal.
I can make fake armor.
You can pass
I don't think that you'd want fake armour.
Fake armor would work great on me.
Oh.
Well, I don't know if I could pass
Can
them.
you ride a horse?
I don't see why not.
It just seem too big.
I have before.
Huh. Well then,
I'm sure yours would be fine too.
be quite a big horse then.
Marinera is a great
He's
horse.
like 300 pounds. Like he's a big flippin' dude. Right. Well, like in the pamphlet, of course, that you receive when you enter into the tournament will tell you. But there's the commoners bracket.
You're almost 500
Yeah,
pounds.
the nobles bracket, and of course the wizards bracket, and the sailors bracket.
Literally weigh half a ton.
You can enter into any of them, but to enter into the nobles, you have to either be a noble or have a writ from one of the factions.
I wonder if Keith can help us.
Potentially.
Yeah.
Okay.
We know
Well,
him.
Sir Keith probably can't give a writ, although he has his own noble lineage, but you have to be able to prove your nobility from up to 4 generations back.
What about adopted?
I'm not sure that adopted would count, but I'm not adopted.
They'll just win the tournament. It makes us know.
I'm not going to kill a commoner to then be a noble.
Well, people who enter into the tournament probably aren't simple commoners.
Oh,
We
okay.
have to kill them.
The
Just mean.
name throughout the city is that the commoners tournament should actually be called the adventurers tournament
Oh.
or the veterans tournament, because it's all the people who aren't nobility who have some sort of way of fighting. You're not going to find any farmers in there.
That makes sense. Okay, we will get the pamphlet.
Yeah.
I'm thinking we'll find a jouster.
Sorry, real quick. I thought he was 400 pounds because we established.
475.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was like, you established that
We
you could ride a
established
horse.
that he could ride a horse. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Ben didn't think so. I knew you could ride a horse. That was just Ben.
Okay.
You could ride a horse.
That's what I
yeah.
figured. It was
Yeah, I
just
know you could ride a horse. Yeah.
You just needed a buff
It's like a
horse.
Clydesdale,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's a horse.
I don't got no
Give a
pony for
horse.
him.
Yeah, pretty much.
A buff horse.
Buff horse.
Yes.
All right. What, do you guys want to ask Ben anymore?
No.
Oh, and the biggest thing, magic isn't allowed in most of the tournaments. That's why the Wizards bracket exists.
Oh.
Using magic, or at least I believe they're making some sort of rules of some kind to keep people from entering as more and more people are gaining magical powers, but generally magic will be discouraged. So I'm not sure how that's going to work at this point.
What are they doing in the Wizards tournament?
The Wizards tournament has several events. This is all off of his memory, but his memory is going to be my tablet. Is it down here? Tournament rules. Okay. Well, there is a duel. One person versus one other person, and it's of course a bracket. You lose once, you leave. Any spells are allowed in the Wizards tournament, but winning the Wizards tournament doesn't get you into the Nobles tournament. There's a group, a dual bracket and a group bracket. I believe it's groups of 6. And anyone can really enter into the...
I'm taking Rouge.
You don't know if I'm already entered or not.
You need to be able to at least have some sort of magical effect to be able to enter and to be approved by the Wizard Corps. I believe that you would be approved fairly easily, seeing as how Aruan is the one who determines that.
Okay.
There's also a sailor bracket, but that is mostly on the lake. I don't really know much about that one.
Could we enter the regular one if we have magic, but choose not to use it?
Yes, but keep in mind that most magical effects would cause disqualification, and perhaps even exile or jail time. I'm not quite sure. The biggest thing is you would probably need to be approved beforehand and be given access to what you can and can't use. I noticed that most of you seem to be spellcasters more than anything else. I would be wary of what you would actually be able to use.
Do you think they would let me enter as a giant ape?
I assume you'd be using the polymorph spell to get there.
I could just be a giant ape, I'm just saying.
I'm looking at you. I know how one becomes a giant ape.
I understand.
One of the first things we learn in the academy is how to become a giant ape.
I get it.
It's in your 4th year.
Yes.
I know how to do it.
So you're saying no on that one?
Because it is a magical effect that makes you become a giant ape, I would assume that you cannot do it, except for in the Wizards tournament.
Okay.
Oh my.
Alright. Is there anything else? I can give you guys the full rundown of the tournament rules another time.
Sure.
But what do you guys want to do? You do have obviously Armageddon and
Marius.
Marius. I'm gonna get it. It took me a while for them too. Marius waiting at the ship. You also have Captain Ryland, who's you didn't get his name at the time, but Captain Ryland.
I said it.
Yeah, you said it. Who is probably going to be waiting for you there at some point. What would you guys like to do?
So, how bad do we want to do this tournament?
I do not
Sounds fun.
understand the concept of running into each other with horses and lances for
Just gotta
sport.
run near each other.
Well, there are rules, and there are and you win. You gain points each time you do it.
if you break someone's lance, it's worth more, and then if you knock them off their horse, it's even more.
This is very
Yes.
confusing to me.
If you hit their shield but don't break your lance, it is 1 point. If you hit the shield and break the lance, it is 2. And if you unseat, that's an additional 2 points.
Brother, do you remember when we did that play, and you had to play the horse, and I played the jouster?
No. I do not remember.
Roll deception.
So specific.
This is a very high point in your life there.
22.
You think he doesn't remember? Well, I mean, I guess make a history. No.
My own history, I'll
Yeah,
do
make
it.
your own history. Roll with advantage.
Natural 20.
Yeah, it was a 19 and 18 plus 4 for both of those.
So
So
23
Yeah.
versus your 22. She doesn't believe you.
I know you remember that.
No, that was the one memory I didn't want to get back. And you reminded me of it.
But, I mean, we won. Our uncles got unseated, so.
That's true.
So at around this point, Captain Ryland actually comes back onto the ship.
Captain.
Have you seen the Dragon Slayers? It's weird to call them by a group name like that, but
This is a scorpion.
I
Don't be
noticed-
afraid.
I wasn't.
Say hello. Introduce yourself.
They exchange pleasantries.
Exchange whatever.
He is surprisingly cool about the whole thing.
It's understandable. He's seen a lot of shit.
You see, there's actually a woman with him, one of the merchant parliament, the youngest one.
What was her name again?
Well, make a history check.
Man, I am rolling like garbage today. Oh my god. You said history, right?
Yep.
12.
Sarai.
Sarai.
Serai. Her last name. Oh, I wrote it down. It's on a different page. Her first name's Sarai. She is the youngest of the
Merchant Guild, right?
merchant parliament Octana.
Octana is her last name?
Yep, Sarai Octana. She heads up foreign affairs. She's pretty recent to the position.
Man, it's very good to see you again.
Scorpion, please let the Dragon Slayers know that we are waiting.
I believe they're already on their way.
Good. And she'll kind of walk into the captain's cabin with Captain Ryland.
Captain, I did offer them a spot on the ship because they are famous and don't have any place to stay. If you wish, I can tell them off.
Fame does not equal a place to stay, and I do not believe that it is your place to offer a place on my ship, Master Gunner. However, let them at least come and we can discuss it.
Yes, sir. just stand at the gangplank and wait with the scorpion.
You're going to get a message from Armageddon, the Captain Ryland and someone from the government came. They are waiting for you.
Okay. We'll do it, the fun stuff tomorrow. We're on the way.
Alright, as you guys head back, we'll finally take a break.
Yay.
And we're back. So, you guys begin heading towards the docks. Is there anything you'd like to do on the way? Or
On the way there, Leslie's just gonna idly say do I know what a lance looks like? And with her hexblade. I don't know if the hexblade will.
I'm not. What? You're trying to get your hexblade to turn into one?
Yeah. I just want to see.
It turns in after a few moments. It begins elongating
Oh.
and widening into a huge. The thing's probably 5 or 6 feet long. I don't know how big lances are. Kind of tapers to a point, with kind of a smaller handle at the back.
Oh my. This seems very impractical. I guess.
It's got reach on.
That makes sense. This is very scary. I don't think I would want to be on the receiving end.
Why is
of
it
one
made
of
of wood? It's from root.
That's the
Is
whole
it?
magical thing.
Yeah.
Is the place where we get the pamphlet on the way to the...
No. So, you guys are currently, let's go to the city map. You guys are kind of in Oxrule in this area, and you guys are heading here. The place to get the information and to sign up for the tournament is out here. It's where you guys entered. Where the parliament was, where the meeting was, where Captain Ryland was, all that stuff. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So maybe after.
Yeah. We do it both.
Okay. So as you guys go, make a perception check for me.
14.
Someone's got to roll a natural 20 here.
I
Come
thought you
on.
put that one in dice jail. Is it going back in dice jail?
Is that the one I rolled a natural 20 on the other day?
May I guide myself on this?
I gave it magic.
Is it preemptive or is it just reaction?
It's reactive, so I'd say
Yeah,
no.
no, that's fine.
Dirty 20.
13.
Okay.
14.
Highest I've ever
Okay.
rolled is still.
Okay.
Or 15.
Okay.
Do I make one as
Oh,
well?
I'm sorry, you're not there.
I'm not there.
I'm sorry. Meets it, beats it, and you see. So as you guys are walking, kind of just looking around, you see that there seems to be someone tailing you. You see it, and you see it. No one else. You see someone kind of walking, matching pace with your group, maybe 20 or 25 feet back. And they've followed you from the wizard's tower all the way to where you guys are kind of going. They haven't quite made any moves yet, but they seem to be about 3 feet back.
Make an insight check on their potential, I guess, intentions, like based, like, are they sneaking around, or are they just like blending? Are they trying to blend in? I guess, like, what are they? Or the,
Yeah, make an insight
What
check.
are they trying
I
to
gotcha.
do? Like,
Do they also have any specific like clothes that indicate affiliation?
Make a history check.
21.
21. They seem to be trying to blend in a bit, but less than you would think.
5.
No. Like,
That is, I'm
They're-
sorry, that's not really making
I'm
sense.
sorry,
to me.
okay. Well, you're a rogue. They're trying to blend in, except to people who are kind of in the know. It's like,
Okay.
yeah.
Suppose that makes sense. Yeah.
As you notice, he seems to begin walking faster and actually jogs to seem to try and catch up to you after he notices you noticing him. And he actually, as he gets closer,
I put my hand on my dagger, just sheathed at my belt.
he reaches into his cloak as he gets closer,
Oh boy.
and he begins pulling something out.
I'm gonna, like, right when he's about to get up to me, I'm gonna spin around and put the knife to his throat.
Alright.
Damn.
So you all notice at this point.
But I would like
as-
to, but if I can, I would like to do it in a very classy way where it doesn't draw attention. How busy is this area? Okay,
Pretty
like,
busy. It's like probably around, or late morning at this point.
okay, maybe I won't go to his neck. Then I'll go to like his side, like his kidney or
side.
something.
So as you spin around, you pull out your dagger, and you don't thrust it into him, but you kind of like put it there. You see that he's reaching, and he pulls out a note.
Oh,
And as you guys are kind of standing like chest to chest, you notice that beneath that he's wearing some sort of black cloak, and underneath you see the snout of another dragonborn.
I will.
Make an insight check.
Okay, that's actually what I wanted to do. 15. Am I proficient? I think I am proficient. Okay.
I will text you the result.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I swear I'm not dumb. The solid dots on D&D Beyond mean I'm proficient, right?
Yeah.
But it should just say your plus anyway.
Yeah, well, reliable talent is
Okay.
important to note.
Alright, you just got it. But so you guys, as he spin around, you just see like him and this other dragonborn just like staring straight at each other, like 6 inches apart, chest to chest.
Oh my.
Is this how they communicate?
No, that's not.
Well,
Intense
he
eye
said he
contact?
used to live here, didn't he?
It's your decision what you decide to tell the party or whatever.
Do you think he knows him?
I hope so, because this is awkward.
I'll discreetly put the knife back in the sheath and say, kind of like quieter, apologies. Gotta be careful running around, running up on people.
I apologize. And he'll attempt to pass you the note discreetly. So he'll roll sleight of hand. Everyone else roll perception.
Do I get to roll anything?
Also roll sleight of hand. It'll be kind of a group check versus individual check.
Cool.
It was,
27.
27.
it was. It wasn't that one. It wasn't that one.
Okay.
Do you not remember which?
Perception.
18.
18.
9.
9.
We're going with 8. Because I don't remember what I rolled. And it wasn't one of these, but we're going with the lower one. It's fine.
Alright.
21.
Okay. You're not there. I'm
I'm not here.
sorry,
It's
Ethan.
lost.
I'm chilling with Armageddon. We're just hanging out, having a good time.
Just dudes being bros.
Just bros being dudes.
Just guys being dudes. Meets it, beats it. You see, it was an average check, so that's why it was lower than yours. You see the stranger pass a note to Rubok.
Take note of it.
Yeah. And that's it. The rest of you see anything?
So after the note is passed to me, does he walk away? Or does he just keep staring?
He's gonna kind of whisper, they're expecting you, and then walk away.
I'll pocket the note and try to act normal.
I'm gonna have him roll stealth, and then everyone else roll perception to see if you guys heard it.
13.
Isn't that 1 for 9?
11.
23.
13. Every time.
You hear him. They're not expecting. They're expecting you. And then he walks away and seems to kind of disappear into the streets around you.
So I was thinking about this whole jousting thing.
Smooth.
You know,
Good save.
I know they're saying that magic isn't really allowed. But like, how are they supposed to know what is magic and what isn't? Like, are they checking us at the gates or whatever?
Well, they probably have a magic user casting detect magic to see what is magical.
Was that someone you knew? Was he giving you a tip?
Old friend?
There may or may
Potentially,
not
I
be
mean,
aware
you
of
know,
that.
maybe we could go in afterwards and then
Excuse me. You do not ignore
Did
Leslie's
you just start
question.
wrestling?
You do not ignore Leslie's question.
So I assume you guys are
Yeah.
still walking towards.
I
the-
take that as you know him then.
I don't know him.
Oh my
Insight.
Roll deception with disadvantage.
He's just
Everyone else roll
he's
insight.
Nat
Roll
20.
He's just a random passerby that I happened to bump into. You know how crowds are; they get clumsy sometimes.
Way to, like,
Who else saw Rubok pull a knife?
Well, that's normal. That's not even.
That's-
Yeah, that's not the
Rubok
weird
pulling a
part.
knife is the
That's
normal
not the
part.
weird part. Maybe you. I'm trying to think. Like you wouldn't need to necessarily roll with disadvantage, but like you would get advantage because you saw the notes. Maybe. And I'll just stick with what I said before.
Oh, with disadvantage? I don't think I can get any lower than I did, yeah. 21.
Alright.
fucking dirty
Reliable
20.
Yeah.
Not 20.
That's 20. Okay.
It's like 9. 7.
Oh, I rolled a natural 2, so.
Oof.
So Leslin definitely doesn't believe you, and the rest of you like definitely think it's weird. But you know, maybe you didn't know him.
Why are you being weird?
Not being weird.
You are being weird. Some guy just bumped into you and then you ignored Leslie.
There's lots of people that bump into us here.
Not really.
We're in a
Was that
crowd.
someone from your past?
Oh.
If it's something personal, I understand.
I think it's better off that some things aren't talked about.
Okay, that's fair. I just wanted to make sure that you weren't in danger or something.
Listen, so nice.
Being threatened.
She's what? Yeah.
She
okay.
offered you an out on a silver platter.
You're not in any danger, right?
Blink twice if you're in danger.
I'm fine for now.
Okay.
I just watched you blink twice.
Yeah, she stares.
My eyes got dry. My eyes don't want to roleplay.
Just
Well, tell
asking.
them it's D&D
Okay,
time.
all
If
right.
you need any help, we have your back.
Well, I think there's more pressing matters to worry about right now.
Okay.
Can I ask a question without you ignoring me like you ignored Leslie? A valid member of our team that you've stuck with for several years, decades?
It's years.
I mean, above table. It's only been like 10 years, but yeah, carry on.
It's been like,
Point proven. Carry on.
Who are they?
who are they?
Who?
They.
You're gonna have to be a little more specific.
And why are they not going?
Why are they expecting
You've lost me.
Okay. I'm sure I have.
I don't trust you bard types sometimes. Your words are very deceptive.
I think there's only one person being deceptive here. And it's probably not me.
Probably.
Damn.
Well, I guess we'll have to find out who it is then.
He hasn't blinked yet. I don't think he's in danger.
He blinked.
It was a reaction.
I win.
Just watches you.
Just a little snap right in
Two
front of
black
his
eyes.
face.
Unconscious.
Yeah.
See, his eyes are closed.
We're burning daylight, so we gotta get going.
Alright.
Alright, so you guys are just gonna ignore? Yeah. Let me know when you look at the note, by the way. Alright, and you guys continue going,
Yes.
and you guys arrive at the area that he pointed out, and you guys find him kind of waiting at the top of the gangplank, Armageddon chilling beside him. What do you guys do?
I'm just sitting there smoking a pipe, but every time I blow out, like a dragon or like a bear comes out. Every time when I puff on this thing. It's like, you guys are back. You made it.
Yeah.
Yes, hello again.
Wonderful to see you.
Did he harm you?
No, it was actually a very,
I have tried fish.
Oh, did you like it?
very lovely
It was
friend.
interesting.
I'm gonna tag him.
I don't like.
Wait, I thought he was it.
Oh fuck, he is it. Just JK, I said no tags backsies.
What is this tag you speak of?
It's
What
a
is
It
game.
is a game.
the
It
game?
tests my reflexes.
Uh-huh. He
I
always
am-
wins.
I am it. I must tag
He is it.
What is tagging?
to touch.
Oh,
Yes.
do you cause harm?
No. It is a speed and reflexes.
Oh. Can I play?
No.
Well, alright then.
I was going to say yes.
Oh, if you wanted to play then we can.
If you do not want him.
No,
this
it's
is your
okay. Well, you can play with us if he says it.
Okay.
But he's it, so watch your
game. His
back.
claw is just gonna go. You are it.
I'll do it right back.
No tag backs.
Oh, there's what is a tag back?
You cannot immediately tag me back.
Uh-huh.
You must wait at least a little bit.
And is everybody playing this game?
No, now it's just the three of us.
Oh, I'll go to tag you then. You're the only.
Jeez, gonna try.
Yeah. I go to tag you.
What is that, like a
At this
dexterity?
point, Captain Ryland will come out.
Captain.
Master Gunner, I see that you have found your charges.
Yep. Here they
I
are.
believe you were supposed to be their guide, not sitting waiting for them.
Telindrend, he told me to leave, and I don't argue with dragons.
You do not argue with me either,
Yes, sir.
and I gave you an order.
It was kind of weird. You seemed like you wanted to hang back and not guide us around. I don't know why. I wasn't sure why.
Just because you do not like the guide that I appointed does not mean you need to besmirch his name. Theodolo Bard.
My last name isn't Bard, but
I do not care.
okay, that's respectable.
I am aware.
It goes better.
I have read up on all of you, although not everyone here has. Even you, Roken. I know not where you come from, but I have heard of you. There is someone who would very much like to meet you. She's standing in the captain's cabin. It is a conversation that she has asked me politely that I do not listen in on. However, I believe that she specifically requested that you listen in on it. Why, I don't know. But who am I to question one of the Parliament?
Thank you, Captain.
I'll wait until you are finished. I have certain preparations for the tournament I must attend to.
Cool. I walk up the gangplank and guide them into the captain's quarters.
You guys follow?
Yes.
Alright, so you guys walk into the captain's quarters to find... Sorry. Let me see. I'm pretty sure I made a physical description of her, and I want to make sure I do it right. Yeah, so definitely a... Yeah, so you enter the captain's cabin to find a young woman, kind of tan skin, but very like blonde white hair. Like it's not like old person white hair, like it's just like platinum blonde, but very dark skin, kind of like tanned from the sun type thing, and. I mean, none of you are human, but she's definitely young. You're not quite sure how.
Sorry. He knows what to say. Hey.
I'm sorry, I completely blanked. I just can't.
He's also human. Right?
Yeah, we also have we
You
have
are-
two
yeah,
humans
oh my
now.
god, I'm just dying today.
We're not all
Alright.
elves.
Yeah,
You
hey.
recognize her as like early 20s. Like definitely very young.
And I know her personally?
No, you know of her.
I know of her, right?
You
Okay.
aren't high enough on the totem pole to like really... Like, you've heard of a lot of people. You've been present in the merchant
The
parliament
only
meetings.
the high person I'm talking to is fucking Captain.
It's only going to be the captain. You've probably never talked to her before.
Cool.
Yep, so she is, as you guys enter, she's going to turn around. And everyone make an insight check for me.
Oh. Oh no.
That's cool.
Together we make a dirty 20.
Oh, I did make a physical description. I just happened to remember it. Great. Insight.
15.
15.
21.
21.
3.
3. 19.
16.
16.
26.
26. All of you except for Leslie. See that she's definitely nervous. For someone who holds such a high office, she doesn't seem very commanding. Definitely very nervous.
I'll go get her a seat and a glass of water.
She'll kind of accept it and say, Thank you. Thank you for coming. My name is Sarai. I am the youngest member of the Merchant Parliament. I need your help. There's a problem in the city, and I'm sure that you saw it. You met him, Boshina, the leader of the Merchant Parliament.
I have to say, well played. Very well played.
I'm not sure that it was the best political move you could have made, but it was something. There's unrest in the city right now. You wouldn't know it, but it's the reason for the tournament. The whole thing is just a ploy to, maybe not a ploy, but a solution to keep the city calm, make them focus on something besides politics. There's kind of a political battle between a bunch of the different factions, including the Water Breakers, but it also includes the Wizards and the Church. Ever since the war started, the Merchant Parliament completely lost most of its grip on the city. People went on the water, people turned to their gods, and magic was a thing. Before, it of course wasn't. And now they're trying to get their power back, or I should say we are. I suppose that I am a part of it. But Boshina and some of the other members of the parliament are creating a stranglehold on the people of the city. And my goal is to keep that from happening. I'm the youngest member. My father held the position before me, but he died recently, so I'm filling in for him. So, I need your help. You're in a weird spot. The people will listen to you more than probably any politician. So, by showing who you are working with, that's a political statement, whether you want it to be or not. So I suppose I'm going to ask that you work with me.
Won't that cause you unnecessary conflict within your own organization?
If you can't tell, I don't care much for the rest of the parliament.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure, but isn't that a bad political move on your end?
Less than you would think.
Okay.
My family has always been the foreign affairs family, dealing with other cities and other races such as yourselves. Although I've never dealt with a turtle person before.
And you will likely never deal with another one.
That's a shame, but fair enough.
Considering the risk that we're taking for this, why, I mean, what would be in it for us?
Well,
This is a little bit dangerous.
by allying yourself with me, you would become you wouldn't be necessarily joining my family, but I could appoint you to become my representative. There are no eligible people in my family for the tournament, so I could enter you into it. I can also, I have resources that you don't have. Of course, my family is wealthy, although we can't spend much. But information, anything.
Would this be the Nobles tournament?
I could probably enter you into any of them.
Oh my.
That's tempting. But
And why am I here?
Well, if you can't tell, I obviously have been dealing with your captain. And I felt that it would be good to have an amalgamation, show unity.
Well, I'm a
decided.
loner.
Well, he's decided to ally himself with me, and you've decided to go with him. So he told me to tell you that it is a direct order,
You know, yeah.
and that it is your new assignment. Something about being on land, and I don't really know.
Away from him. I get it.
You might want to talk to him about this afterwards. I'm not really sure of the specifics. I'm not a water breaker.
He knows what he did.
But really, the biggest thing that I can give is information. I, being effectively the chief of foreign affairs of this city, have more access to any outside information than anyone else. And if I can't give it to you directly, I can probably at least find you someone who can.
Is there a path where we don't outwardly ally ourselves with you to the public, but help you behind the scenes?
Well,
Could they become water breakers instead?
that's possible.
You're
I have an
funny.
idea.
You're so funny.
As a ruse, he
The
said he didn't want to do it.
some of the other members of Parliament have started the ancient practice of betting on the tournament.
Oh.
And some are not voting with gold, but with votes. If I were to win and place some bets myself,
Bringing elections out here.
As one does.
it's politics.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
But really, I do know what the reward is for the Nobles tournament. If you win, of course, you'd be free to have it. I have no need of it.
So what is the reward for the Nobles tournament? We've heard rumors, but
Well, I believe it's a spear of some kind. It's magical, ancient, I don't know much about it. Except that they call it the fractal spear. There's myths about it in the area for a long time, but that's about it. Something about waves of destruction, I'm not really sure.
Jesus.
But they decided for some reason that the fractal spear needed to be the prize to entice more people into coming.
We just went, hold on a second. Let me just check my receipts.
I don't think I've mentioned it before, so I'm not quite sure what he's looking at, but
That's just the phrase waves of destruction, I remember. But
alright.
I was already quite interested when she said she opposed that first guy we talked to.
Yeah, he's a bugger, ain't he?
he's
He's not nice.
Do not understand much about these politics, but
it's all a fun game until someone dies.
and then it gets better because someone
Ideally,
died.
no one will die. But
Ideally, I'm just saying, yeah. We usually watch it from the outside.
Yeah, you don't usually get tangled into it.
So you guys thinking about entering the tournament then?
what?
What?
Keep on going. Keep going.
What do we really have to lose here?
I just don't think...
Reputation.
No offense to you, but I don't know if we want to immediately make a decision to ally with someone at the start.
Being so new in the place and not knowing anything else about the political alignments.
Yeah, we don't even know who you really are.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
You could be lying this whole time.
How
I don't know,
could
she-
I prove who I am?
She's sweating too much to be lying like that.
Or she's sweating so much she is lying. You
Yeah,
never
that's
know.
true.
How much? What would I can give you really ideal information. I don't have much gold, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, I feel like, me personally, I will have to think about it.
Okay.
But there's not
That's
no.
fair.
Yeah. We try and talk as a team, you know,
Uh-huh.
decide.
Make informed
Because I know
decisions.
Yes.
The wizard court had some items that they might have wanted us to be doing while we're here, so
That's fair.
I'm not sure if this is what we want to be doing, but
Do you have information on Wizard Court?
On the Wizard Corps?
Mhm.
I hear that they're studying some sort of artifact that you, of course, brought them.
Oh, yeah.
But that's all rumors, and I don't know any specifics. Any information on that, I could probably pay you for. At least some. Otherwise,
Do you know their political goal?
gain power, same as anything else. The Paladin Corps is clearing out buildings. I know that there's a group of them that's planning on attempting to retake the rail car here soon. I don't know much about anything else.
Would you say there are any groups that we absolutely should not trust?
Unless you are one of them, the church can be very unforgiving. But I'm not a believer, so I'm probably biased.
You mentioned that rail car. What exactly makes it so? Is there something that makes it difficult to retake?
Well, the rail car links east and west Jerela. I don't know if you've ever been here before, but it's actually two cities. One in the east, which is this one, and one in the west. And when the war started, east and west linked for the most part, aside from the water breakers and everything. And they were linked by a rail car system, a hand car. So people would work. Their job would be to pump it up and down, and that would apparently have never been to cause the rail car to move at very, very high speeds on tracks between the cities. It took something that took a few days to one day. The difficult part is it's so deep in the city, but once we retake it and we get there, we can actually go to West Jerela and see what's there. No one's been there in years. The water breakers, of course, have been near it, but they've never gone in as far as I know.
He's asking what is preventing you from taking it? Like
Well, the
creatures?
monsters in the city.
Oh, okay.
The Paladin Corps is currently working to fight their way to it. If you're interested, I'm sure I can link you. There's I believe an old warden who is leading some of the Paladin Corps. I can give you some of his information.
Sure.
Okay. She'll kind of grab a piece of parchment from the captain's desk and a quill and start writing information and pass it to you. You see that the name on it is, it just is like Wolf, and then like an address in the city. I hear that this warden actually fought against Umanorm's demigods, so it might be interesting for you to speak to him.
Do we have a way of getting in contact with you for the future?
Well, ask any street urchin. Most of them are under my employ. I pay them a certain amount to feed my house information. They'll get it to me. You can obviously talk to Captain Ryland and he'll be able to contact me. Or I do have my own tent near the pavilion where we met the first time.
I think we will need time to decide.
Well, decide soon. The tournament sign-ups ends tomorrow, and there's an event directly afterwards detailing the prizes, the rules, all of it. So, it's whatever you decide.
Well, thank you for reaching out.
She's obviously disappointed, but she'll kind of like motion towards the door.
Does she have an escort with her? Or was
No.
her escort Captain Ryland?
Her escort was Captain Ryland.
Is he gonna escort her back?
Probably.
Okay. Very good then.
Okay.
I go, well, if that was it, who's hungry?
Oh.
Can you
Thank
try
you for
some more
stopping by.
things with mayonnaise?
What's mayonnaise?
I have mayonnaise and I have mushrooms. Do you want to try just the mayonnaise, or do you want to try the mayonnaise on the mushrooms?
I don't know what mayonnaise is, so sure. Insight check.
I'll say it's an elvish dish.
Fucking inside me, I don't know.
I'm just like, does she think I think it's good? I don't know. I rolled a 4 on my insight.
This is for you to taste the mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Oh, for tasting, Constitution saving throw.
God, why? That's wild.
Are you trying the mushroom?
Yeah, I'm trying to. She offered me both, right?
Yeah,
You offered me
you
a
try it
mushroom with-
on the mushroom, you try it not on the mushroom.
The DC is slightly higher, so. go
Okay,
ahead.
I'll eat them both at the same time.
Alright, roll.
3.
You don't like them.
I hate them.
You're not.
I
quite
go over to the
sure.
side of the boat and throw up real quick.
No, it's not that bad.
It's not that bad. Okay.
That'd be a natural one.
It's like, oh.
Not a fan of the mushrooms or the mayo or
Do
how
you want
they
to try
combine.
the mayonnaise by itself? Maybe it could be the mushrooms.
It could be mushrooms.
Uh-huh.
Do you have any other mushrooms that I could cook?
You can cook all of these mushrooms.
Are you pulling them from your scalp?
Not from her scalp.
Where are you getting the mushrooms right now?
Yeah.
From
Are you guys
her
outside
hair.
the cabin, or is this like in with Sarai?
I assume we walked out.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Captain Ryland will kind of walk over. Well, if you do not have accommodation in the city, I'm sure some can be provided for you. This is my ship, and while I understand that my master gunner here offered you a place, unfortunately I'm not sure that we quite have the space to do so. We could see about something, but perhaps the ship is not the best place for you to stay. However, I'm sure that I can reach out to some innkeepers. I'm sure that you could get a good rate, seeing as how you're famous, and people would probably want you to stay at their inn.
Could you do that for us?
Yes. I'll have one of my runners find you all later
Thank you.
in the evening. Otherwise, you are free to stay on the ship as long as you like. But once the last bell rings, be off of it. Be on shore.
I go gather up some of my own stock of food,
Mhm.
not anything that is the ship's.
Yep.
So I could cook it for them.
Fair
so
enough.
Ryland doesn't get mad at me again.
Great. What would you guys like to
What time is it currently?
In game.
do?
Yes.
Probably around noon.
Okay. Cooking you all lunch.
So do you have a past with that paladin corps?
Well, I mean, that's. Yes. Tangentially,
That was a long yes, is all I'm saying.
Uh-huh.
it's complicated.
I get there's some complicated things to life. I think we're just holding out on some information for us.
I think
Like
we
I
all-
said.
Oh, I think we all have our secrets, and I think he should be allowed to, keep some things in private if he so wishes.
That is true, some things.
Theo, you're being so nosy about this. Why are you pressuring him?
Well, you see a secret man walk up, almost kiss him on the mouth, and then say a secret code phrase while he...
Oh,
It's just
my.
like, I don't know what's happening.
Did
you
he
know,
try
it's-
kissing you?
I didn't see that part. Are you okay?
They were really close. I didn't say he tried to. It just looked like they were like right here. And then he whispered some phrase, and I'm trying to understand what's happening
Do
here.
you have a boyfriend?
You're all overthinking this. It's you're blowing it way out of proportion. It's not anything like that.
I
Well,
just want to be sure that you're not in danger.
You have a cat now.
That is
Luna also agrees.
that caught me off guard. Not gonna lie.
Okay, you're gonna leave now.
Oh, kitty.
Sorry, Luna.
To answer your question,
Oh, oh my god, Amarius? Amarius,
You may-
Luna,
call me Saul.
you're
This is
familiar.
Luna.
This is
Yeah, so
You're
Luna
familiar.
is in game.
it's a cat, right?
Yeah, it's a spiritual cat with mushrooms
She also
growing
has
out of
mushrooms
it.
in her hair.
It's just like,
Puff of spores.
Doesn't Luna have a voice?
Yes, Luna has a
Does
voice.
Luna talks
Yeah, it's deep.
like this, and I'm like,
Yep.
cool mushrooms.
I'm just trying to understand what's happening here. We've been gone for a long time. I'm trying to figure out who you really are in connection to this.
Really?
like I said before,
Where?
Some things
You guys are walking down the street
don't
as far
really
as
need
I
to be
know.
discussed.
Oh, I thought we stopped for a bite.
No.
I offered them to cook, but they all just left, so I'm just
Well,
sitting.
I assume we're just
chill.
waiting for the food, having this conversation.
Okay, yeah, sure. You guys are just somewhere
Just waiting for
on the
food.
side of the road. You pulled out a stove and
Started cooking.
Started cooking.
I assumed we were still on the ship. I was
We can
cooking.
leave it.
Roken
That's fine.
carries
In the
cooks
galley.
utensils.
Oh, you're on the
So-
ship.
Yeah, I
still.
thought I was still in
yeah,
the
you guys
galley.
can be in the galley, and he's just cooking for you.
Roken carries cooks utensils. So.
Just hands you a plate. It's got some fish and some rice on it. A little bit of beans. Some hardtack.
Here's a
Thank you.
200 gold diamond for your cooking us the food.
She creates them. It will disappear.
He doesn't know that.
Does Armageddon say that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Dude, Armageddon likes him more than you.
Chuck it in the water.
You did a good job, Armageddon, on spying on them and giving me information. Thank you.
Right.
Did he like the cooked fish or the raw fish?
Raw fish.
He liked raw fish
You
better.
like raw fish more.
I give him a couple of raw fish.
He eats them. It's very gross.
Lovely.
He's a messy eater. Guts going everywhere.
All right. Yeah. Is there anything else you guys would like to do?
Is there anything planned for the rest of the day?
No.
Tavern.
Not really. The tavern.
We are gonna
go see
start
the
our
tournament
own
stuff.
Tavern.
Get on the waiting list. But I think that kind of this is a good spot to end. It's getting pretty late here, and we can kind of think about what we're gonna do, and then come back next time with kind of a game plan.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video. Check out our other campaigns.
See you guys.
Bye.